Not yet. Now you can. Hey, everybody, welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show in the world. And it's the shows that all the professionals watch. What can I tell you? Welcome. And here we are. We are live on Instagram and we are live. Where else are we live? We're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere, kids. So welcome to the show. There you
live go. And alive. Hang on.
Yep. And I apologize that I'm sitting here in the dark, but here on the yacht,
That's a metaphor for life. That's a metaphor for life. Sitting in the dark.
Yeah, sitting in the dark. I said the problem is here on the yacht. We haven't whatchamacallit. We haven't figured out how to add a light to the outside. So because of that, we can't whatchamacallit. We can't have light outside. So I apologize. In the little while, as the sun comes up behind me, there will be light. So as you can tell, if you can't tell, I'm in a suit because that's our new style of the show. And how are you, big guy, as I sit outside here on the deck on the SS Minnow?
I'm okay. I'm a little bit like Nero in ancient Rome, watching the world burn. The world is clearly burning. There's a little chap there over my right shoulder who might have a little bit to do with it. A little bit.
For the people on the podcast, he's pointing to his little statue of his idol, Donnie Trump. So there you go.
Well, you know when the camera focuses in, it misses out actually.
No, the camera can see it. The camera can know now. That camera can really see it.
There we go. There we go. There's the man. Actually, it's better that he presents the show.
There you go. The man, the myth, the legend.
I really wonder. There'll come a point on this software. Yeah. What do we use? What do we use to do this broadcast? StreamYard or something? They will have AI. They will genuinely have AI alternates for us. So you could literally have Elvis Presley doing the show. I mean, we'll be doing the show, but we'll have wearing the skin of Elvis Presley, and you'll be,
That's what are you, Silence of the Lambs? All of a sudden, I'm going to wear the skin of Elvis Presley.
Well, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Everything is about skins and cover and
I know.
Undercover and all that kind of stuff. But really, the world is ending, or changing dramatically and rapidly.
I think it's changing dramatic and rapidly. So yeah, I think that's a strange thing. It was funny because we did Funny Haha on Wednesday. And Funny Haha on Wednesday, the live broadcast that we did got 7,800 views because we were speaking about Venezuela and Trump. So I thought that was very interesting. And today we're going to talk about the monetization of the cigar industry.
Well, I suggested this as a title, but I'm going to throw stuff out there constantly. Now I'm throwing stuff out primarily because I'm always on a little bit of an education. I know a lot less about cigars than I think people think I do, and I know a lot less about the industry. People kind of presume, we have a bit of a social media presence that we know our stuff. I really don't know anything.
We've been saying that for years.
I honestly, genuinely don't know anything. Yeah, but what I do know, because I'm a little bit old school and getting a little bit long in the tooth, I know a scam when I see one. Okay.
Oh, so wait. For the
hang on. Don't leave me hanging on that.
Yeah. For the younger generation, long in the tooth means
It means what?
And he hope he goes because he hasn't gone anytime soon. But yes, long in the tooth means that he's just an older gentleman for you.
The older gentleman, right? We're Gen X. No, we're Gen X. We're Gen X. We had this conversation last week, right? And you refused to acknowledge it. Having said that. The reason I say, and it's very sort of high profile news, some of the other notable YouTube channels, including Habanos News, which Laurent presents, he's been on a show. He did a little bit of an article on this Chinese chap, Chen Zi.
Yeah.
This crypto billionaire who's been extradited to China from Cambodia. He made shitloads of money. To be very honest with you, I really don't know how he made it. I really don't know. But a scam is a scam.
I agree.
I'm going to say something very controversial, right? Okay, but it's not controversial the way I say it, right? Whenever high-profile auction houses and finance companies are involved in a particular industry, it's a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam. Yeah, it's all about how can we recycle money and move money internationally through some very, very high-end luxury products, and whether it's cars or art, or now in the case of cigars used to be very harmless, a harmless old school very ingrained pastime, yeah. And the disappointment really is, the more and more I watch it, the more of a global international fraud it feels like. And when I say fraud, I don't mean the cigar itself. I mean, it's become a vehicle for moving huge amounts of money cross-border, huge investments, disinvestments, opacity in company holdings, opacity in tax.
Wow, capacity. Whoa.
Opacity, opacity.
Opacity. So for you
Opacity.
people, I have to look that word up. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
And you're seeing it more and more and more. And, you know, when people get a bit agitated about, you know, the way that I talk, for example, right? And then suddenly you have one of the world's biggest crypto billionaires being arrested. So the connection between him and Cigars is he bought a significant stake in Habanos SA, which is basically the world's monopoly on Cuban cigars, because it is the only because that's where Cuban cigars are
Where they
grown and
come from.
distributed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You could not have a clear outline of how opaque the industry is when you have gangsters who are able to infiltrate and move money using that industry. Now, I'm not casting aspersions on the manufacturers, the growers of tobacco. I'm not casting aspersions. What I'm saying is, it's become a vehicle for others to use in their nefarious financial dealings. And there's obvious. I mean, I'm saying it, but you can see it happening. This happens in the art world, happens in the classic car world, happens in anything where, as I say, when high profile, without naming names, when high profile auction houses are involved and when financial institutions are involved, there's a scam afoot.
Well, and the problem, let's just talk about crypto algorithms. That's just make believe. So it's like a Ponzi scheme. At some point that falls apart. But the cigar world now is getting crazy because now, to your point, everyone's treating cigars like a commodity. So it's not like something you sit and enjoy. Now it's becoming this thing like a bar of gold, where some actual sticks of cigars are worth more than a bar of gold. And we have an acquaintance of ours who has a whole bundle of that. So you know, it's a different world. It's not the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this is necessarily. So everything has its upside. What happens is, in the process of distillation, the real value rises to the top, right? So this is the nature of. I still call it a hobby. I don't even like talking about the industry side because I'm not particularly well versed in the mechanics of the industry other than the superficial stuff, right? But as a hobby, and I'm now talking to a blank wall, I'm talking essentially to myself and you folks out there, if you're still there. I was going to say that you then begin to see above the noise, you see real smokers, you see real enthusiasm, you see sort of a classical sort of a classical old school approach. You see it because it rises above the noise. And that's there for the past 2 or 3 weeks. That's what I've been talking about. But today I thought that the monetization of the cigar industry has become very relevant to me because we talked about last week about, you know, packaging, the disproportionate price of packaging of cigars and why such expensive humidors are being made, et cetera, et cetera. What you're doing is you're upselling the sort of the dried leaf market in a humongous way, which allows huge amounts of money to move cross-border for relatively small amounts of assets. Relatively low-priced assets. Let's put it that way.
It is a very interesting world now. When you think about it, I can buy a box of X cigars, and whether I hold it for a day or I hold it for however long, or I can buy cigars and I could literally turn around and sell them and make 10 times my money. It's a crazy thing. It's supply and demand, and it depends. It's not so much the non-Cubans, it's the Cubans. People are like crazy about they want their Cubans.
It is the Cubans, and also I was having this discussion briefly in a really, really cool place that I visited at the top of this week. I was in Switzerland, and I ended up in the Casa del Habano Zug. I was very lucky to meet the owner there, Massimiliano, great guy. Yeah, we were just talking, we were riffing about, you know, cigar industry, and I had because I'm not in the know about how many sticks are produced in Cuba. I was a little bit educated on that. Sort of like 60, 70 million sticks are produced in Cuba, and that's a sort of like a
Wow.
finite. It's a finite supply. It can go up and down a little bit based on crop movements. Yeah, I don't know how
Right.
much up and down, but there's sort of a standard deviation.
Well, just we could say 10 or 15%. It goes up and down. Would you say that standard deviation goes up and down by 10%?
It could do. It could do. And so whatever it is, there's a finite supply. But what's remarkable, and I'm watching, the releases of sort of new Cuban cigars. Like there was a recent release in Cyprus of the Punch Princesa.
Right.
Everything feels to me more and more, and that's why I say I'm getting sort of long in the tooth, right? It just feels more and more of an upsell, more and more of a disproportionate upsell.
Right.
And no wonder that is attracting people like this guy Chen Z, and I'm sure many, many more who remain hidden. It attracts the underbelly of the financial world and the entrepreneurial world, because it gives you great scope for moving these huge amounts of funds around, hiding them in very opaque companies. Once again, I'm not really using names primarily because I can't cast aspersions on any specifics, but I can see as a whole,
right,
just like any other industry, that there's a great deal of disproportionate pricing in the product being provided, and that leaves those gaps open.
Yeah, well, and the other part of it is that now, because cigars have become in fashion again, and the technology isn't like in the 80s when they were in fashion when I started to smoke them. And when I talk into the 80s, I'm talking about the 1880s. But when they were in fashion, there wasn't all this technology that you can buy and sell and do. Now that there's all this technology, you can auction cigars. You have people, I know a gentleman that's setting up his own little site that he's going to go after the rarest cigars that people can buy and sell and trade around the world. And he's here in the States, whether they're Cuban or non-Cuban. So there's all these people that are setting up these side businesses because of the popularity.
Like online exchanges. I mean, even Cigar Keep at some stage, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, started off initially with the remit to be some sort of online cigar exchange. People who have stocks of their own cigar can exchange with each other, and that was really the thing. And those are really, to be honest with you, that's really quite a cool thing, an innovative thing, and to some extent, that's what social media is for. Communities that share a passion, and they can sort of like, I've got an album, do you want to exchange it for your album? Or I've got a box of cigars, do you want to exchange? That's very cool. It's kind of harmless stuff. But because of the nature of the cigar industry, in terms of the amount of money flowing into it, the amount of interest, and the amount, the upsurge in demand for cigars generally. I mean, whether it's Cuban cigars or New World cigars, the overall number of cigar smokers are just. I can't give you a figure, but it's clearly just from visual evidence, it's just rising dramatically. It gives.
Well, if the Cuban cigars, let's go with your 60 to 80 million cigars. So let's just call it 50 million Cubans, and non-Cubans are another 50 million. That's 100 million cigars that are produced a year. Let's just go with that number combined. Okay. Or maybe a little more. We'll say 200 million.
I think it'd be much more, because Cuba would be relatively small compared to the output of cigars.
Okay, so let's say that the output, let's say Cuba does 50 million and the rest of the world does 300 million.
Let's say 5 to 10. Let's say 5 to 10 at the times the amount of Cuba.
Okay, so if that's 50 times 5, we're at 250 plus their 50. I'm at 300. If you want to use 10, I'm at 500,000. I'm 500 million cigars globally, Cuban and non-Cuban. The fact that they can charge anywhere from $3 to $5,000 a stick is crazy. And to your point, for dried leaves. So it's all about what we spoke about last week. Marketing in the box. Take the Year of the Horse, for example. That has a lot to do with it. I'm not talking about the old collectible ones. I'm talking about the new stuff that comes out. So I understand it, but I'm fascinated that, that people will pay.
One could make an argument. I mean, you say the dried leaves, right? And there's a reason why. You know why I go on and on about dried leaves in paper bags in wooden boxes. Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, there is the value, the intrinsic value. I mean, you could say an oil painting is just canvas with oil and paints on it. Right?
Hold that thought. You know who's coming. You hear his escort. She's on the way, kids.
Have you got the
She's
sirens
almost
going? Because I can never hear them.
The sirens are going. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We can officially now start the show.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live.
And there we are. It's the trio, the Three Muscatels.
I like the new titles.
Too. Whoever did that, mwah.
I think Usman did that. Usman, what do you think? We asked the question, what do you think?
Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Okay. What do you think? You're in what are you, Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam all of a sudden?
Thank you very
Usman
much
Williams.
for actually
Why aren't you dressed? Excuse me, why aren't you dressed? We're dressed, gentlemen.
I think it's cold.
We're gentlemen. Well, doesn't he have heat? Burn the house.
Just before getting onto the show, I just took off this.
Oh my God.
It is cold.
Okay.
What's the temperature in Lahore?
What's the temperature? I'll translate it into Fahrenheit. Just give it to us in Celsius.
1 to 2 degrees centigrade.
Wow.
Seriously?
So for you people that can't figure that out, that's about 33 Celsius or Fahrenheit.
And foggy.
Oh, God forbid it's not foggy.
So there's no sun.
Mate, in about 5 days ago, I was sitting in minus 13 outside having.
You're crazy. You decided to go to that place yourself. So you're crazy.
He does have the point here.
You find yourself in a place. You find yourself in a place, and then you find yourself holding a cigar. You find yourself the smoke coming off the cigar is turning into icicles and falling to the ground. That's what.
And there you go. All right. Well, let's get back.
So how have you been? How has the 2026 so far been?
Oh, that's right. He was in here last week for the 2026 first show. So this is his first show of 2026. Hey, nice that you can join us. So yes, 2026 has been great. Right into.
I felt like I should join you today. Happy now?
Wow, that is awesome. The fact that you're joining us today is just. Let me just.
The fact that I've joined today, finally someone will smoke on this show.
Excuse me. We have on our yacht, apparently, there's something called flammable things, and they get really nervous when I light cigars, so we can't.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. That's what I said to them. I'm like, fix it. And apparently, what are you going to do?
Well, you and your yacht problems. See, rich people problems. Rich people problems. See, people. See. This is what rich people say. So for my part, I would at least light up a cigar.
Yes, please.
What's your answer to the question, Usman?
Yeah,
this is the first answer to the question. I keep my focus very clear.
Oh, here we go.
That is a Patagas series D number 4.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Cigar Confidential, for the compliments on the new look. It's a look. Let's see if it persists.
Well, if Raza doesn't start disliking it soon, which is the general timelines for 3 weeks. So if it passes the 3 weeks mark, hopefully we should have this here.
Yes.
Else Dave will be in trouble and doing something again.
No. I think we like this one because we just did a whole bunch. Usman drinks heavily. Don't worry. And just to let you know, we have all new merchandise that goes with this new look. So if you want to,
I did like that merchandise. You guys sent it to me, and
I know it was good stuff, right?
I thought it was quite cool, to be honest with you. For
it was the only one
that Louis Vuitton league, sort of repetitive patterns.
And we have a fan that says Usman is the only one making the show about cigars. No, whatever your name is, you're too far away for me to read your name. We all make the show about. You all make the show cigars. Unfortunately, where I am, I cannot smoke a cigar. I will be smoking later with fans, and then. That's how we make the show about cigars. Riza camp because of the operation. So he'll feel better next week. I know.
Raza, what operation?
The operation to have my brain replaced.
Usman, you just got slapped. One of our fans just said, I noticed Usman's the only one who hasn't updated his Instagram picture yet.
Who hasn't updated his? Well, no, I don't. I believe in confidence. I believe in consistency when it comes to Insta's picture.
Yeah, but now the fans are clamoring for you to upgrade your Instagram picture.
What have you both done that I am being programmed?
Wow, it's good that you can tell that Usman follows the show that he's on. Yep, someone's taking my Ferrari out for a test drive this morning. Sorry about that.
Now I know what are you talking about. Okay, fine. I shall do the needful. I just saw it. In my defense, I have an actual job where I go to work like 5.
Excuse me.
Unlike both of you big people who can just sit at their home, look pretty, and pass on orders so that people can just deliver.
First of all, I have an actual job. My job is to sit around and look pretty all day. So that is a job. But that is a tough job. I have to do that 24/7. I have to look like this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Good talking with you. All right, Rizzo, let's talk about what we were talking about, the monetization of the cigar industry. What? Go ahead.
So my cigar, my first cigar
that you can't smoke, apparently.
For this first show today is Partagas Serie de Número 4.
Oh, very good. Now say that in English for the fans that don't know. Pase de baby, por favor.
Serie D number 4. But of course, even if they do know, you and the orange clown right at the back of Raza is thinking of invading this beautiful country. So what can I say?
Whoa. First of all, I spoke to Donnie. We are going to invade the country. I will become the cigar czar, and all the Cuban cigars for the world will pass through me. So start sucking up now, fans. And so only a select few are going to get it. So if you think they're expensive now, wait till I get involved. They're going to be like, that's going to be more than oil. Yeah. I mean, Rizzo, you'll get yours because, we're tight. And Usman, I'll throw you a few. Don't worry about it.
That's right. I'll figure out a way. Don't worry about it. I'll fly into New York and just raid in your humidor and pick it up. Or to Florida, whatever.
Well, listen, I'll get to see you. You'll come hang out in Monte Carlo with us. Anyway, we were talking about the crazy monetization of the cigar industry because people are using cigars now, like, if you will, gold or crypto algorithms or whatever. They're buying, selling, and trading them. People are starting sites that are buying and selling cigars. People are treating the cigar almost as a stock. And then Rizzo was comparing it to a painting. So he was asking you, what do you think?
I think he has a point. And when I say he has a point, I have a very strong point of view on this, which I'm just trying to hold myself for saying.
No, don't hold yourself. Just talk about. I know what you read. You read what the fan just wrote. You're more than welcome to talk about that if you want.
No, the point is, see, for people like me, for whom cigars are hobby, they're good pastime, meet up with friends, and their own me time.
Right.
We get pissed off with what is happening in the industry, especially on this part, and where the newbies, I must say, who have no idea about cigars or cigar smoking, are just trying to monetize it and just trying to actually get a lot of money out of it. I know Raza is bored with my comments, so I will shut up soon and start going back to my cigar. But the fact is, it is a sad truth, but it is what it is, and it is happening. And I don't think there's going to be a cure to this in the near future. Rather, this disease is going to increase further with the kind of profits people are making.
Before you came onto the show, we were riffing. Yeah, me and Steve were riffing. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. this guy Chen Z, for example. Okay, it's just that, for example, to be honest, for me, is not significant. This is the nature of this game. It's not that significant, right? But I just wanted to know, do you think this industry is a bubble that's just gonna burst at some stage? It's just losing its way in this.
My counter question to this is: has the industry of expensive watches, expensive wines, and whiskeys bursted like a bubble?
Well, they all have their cycles.
Because that is when it started.
They all have their cycles. The point is, they all have their cycles, right? Okay.
Every place will have its cycle. So
everything will have a cycle. But the thing is this: what I'm seeing, in my personal opinion, I'm wondering if you're seeing it. I'm seeing that bubble is about to burst. It's got to that stage where, at some stage, I don't know, in the next 6 months, next year, you're going to see some sort of market correction on prices, or not. What do you think? And that's why, the theme of this thing was monetization of the cigar industry. We talk always about enthusiasm and cigars and this and that, the other, but I think the game has just got carried away, especially because it's in the news right now, this Chen Z guy. Other than that, as I say, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Who owns Habanos or what? I just smoke the cigar. Right? Okay. Or I just smoke the cigarette, or I just drive the car, or I just buy the painting. It doesn't really bother me. Yeah. But I'm finding it that this has become such a sort of like a dirty marketplace for traders, for people who are moving money around with opacity. That's what I think. What do you think, and where do you think it's going?
I don't think there is going to be any market or price correction. If anything, it is only going to go up. If not, stay where it is.
Forever and ever. It's never going to correct itself. It's just going to keep going up. You think people?
Yes.
Davidoff. No, that's wrong. Davidoff already corrected themselves this year. Last year, the year of the shit, whatever it was, that crap cigar, it was $85, $90. I don't know what the fuck it was called. Anyway, that was $85, $90. This year, the year of the horse, is $55 because they realized they priced themselves out of the market. So there are price corrections, and yes, the watches have come down. Supercars.
Watches have come down significantly in the last 2 years.
And so is supercars, because during
supercars have come down significantly in the last year.
Because during COVID, people were bored. It's the same thing. That's when cigars kind of got their rebirth again during COVID. So it's like, ooh, cigars, ooh. So there's going to be a point where people are going to be like, I'm not going to pay that. Like, I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges. Whenever I respond to such things, my focus is more towards the Cuban cigar market. Come down too, my friend.
Because I'm biased, probably. See, given the fact that the availability of Cubans is gonna go even lesser now that Mr. Trump has started to squeeze them off with the oil thing and all that stuff, I don't think there's going to be market correction in Cuban prices. But the example that you've given in terms of Davidoff, Stephen, I agree, but the problem is Davidoff was, in my opinion, that was not a cigar, or in a lot of people's opinion, that was not a cigar worth that much. If you're bringing in a new cigar and you're bringing like 5 or 10 or 20 cigars in a year, and you're going to start pricing that at $100, no one's going to pay for it. So yes, 50, 55 is still somewhat a range where people are okay in at least sampling them, not buying big boxes, but at least sampling them. So that's why maybe they have corrected it this time. But from a Cuban perspective, I don't think it's going to come down, at least in the near future.
I disagree. I think there's going to be a point where whether you have money or you don't have money for this discussion is not really material. What's material is, I don't care if you have $1 billion or $1 million or $1. At some point, you're looking at, I'm buying $100 or 200 or 300 pound or 400 pound stick, and I'm going to smoke it. You're pissing it away. So there's going to be a point, I don't care how rich you are, where people are going to be like, this is stupid. They're going to do what's happening. They're going to hold the box, sell it like a rare wine in 20 years. So that's not then enjoyment for a cigar enthusiast or an aficionado. That's just, you become a collector because it's too expensive. It's like friends of mine who have supercars, and I'm like, well, drive it. And they're like, no. I'm like, then if you can't afford to drive your supercar because you're worried about mileage, then you shouldn't own a supercar. If you're worried about depreciation, you can't own it. It's the same with expensive cigars. If at some point people go, I can't afford that, and they're not going to buy it. So yeah, the price will come down, or less 10 people in the world are going to be smoking Cuban cigars, which is going to be pretty stupid on the 60 million they produce.
One of the big market distorters, I couldn't tell you by how much, but one of the big market distorters in the last few years for Cuban cigars has been the Chinese market, and the willingness to pay so much for example, brands such as Cohiba, okay, and Partagas, and maybe Trinidad, etc. So there are some select brands that the Chinese market pay disproportionate prices for, correct? Yeah. All it takes, to be very honest with you, is a small change in tastes towards perhaps vintage cigars or aged cigars. I mean, they're getting less and less just by the fact that their paucity in itself is part of that, right? But if tastes change, the market changes significantly almost overnight, doesn't it, Usman?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I hear what you're saying, but I have a different point of view, which I've expressed already, and I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference.
Okay, that's very well.
Here, let's do this. Thanks for jumping in there with that. So here's the thing. You made that very clear to Riz and I, who, we like to sit around and look pretty all day. So at some point, I mean, are the Cubans going to price themselves out of the market, or you're going to be like, I'm not going to spend that because I can buy a New World cigar, may not be as enjoyable, but I'll get the same thing out of it. I mean, at some point, I don't know what your Partagas costs. So let's say it costs 20 pounds for right now, as the example. Yeah. If that Partagas costs 120 pounds, are you going to smoke that as well? Or are you going to smoke as many?
The answer to that question is Cohibas used to be $25 to $30 a stick. Right. My favorite was Cohiba Robusto, and it used to be around between $20 to $25. Okay. Even up to $30, I was okay with it.
Okay.
The moment it has gone to 65 and 70, I have not purchased a single Cohiba Robusto for the last 3 years. But has the price come down? In the last 3 years, the price started from $60. It is now sitting at $72 for a Robusto, and only if you can find them.
Okay.
Right? And that is the duty-free price.
Okay.
If you go to the market, there is going to be a 7 to 8% to 10% taxation on top of that, which is making it around $75 a stick. So my point is,
in the UK, about 110 to 120 pounds.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It used to be around 40, 50 pounds a stick. So now the whole thing is, yes, we have stopped, but the ones who want to, or the ones who have it, and I'm not saying necessarily collectors only. There are some ones who can afford, who want to, they will continue to do so. Right. But the ones who can't afford, we've moved to alternate choices. As of now, the good thing is Cubans have a lot of other alternate choices, and I generally like Cuban cigars. I love Habanos, so that's why I stick myself to this. But yes, I do dabble from time to time into non-Cubans. The day it gets completely out of my range, of course, I will have to move to the other choices. I just hope that day does not come, at least in my lifetime. As simple as that.
Once we take over Cuba and make it the 52nd state, because Venezuela is going to be the 51st state, and you're welcome, then what will end up happening is the Cuban market then will open up, and it won't be as special. See, I think part of the other reason.
Can I make a request first and then a comment second?
Sure, you can do two things.
So the request is, please make Cuba the 53rd state. Go to Greenland first, so that we get at least 6 months to hold our stocks for a couple of years.
Gotcha.
Right. So see,
I'll call Donnie.
I'm giving you traction. See, with Venezuela, you will have oil. With Greenland, you will have routes to the world. So actually, you can even go to Colombia as the 53rd to seize the cocaine, and go to Cuba as the 4th one. Right. So that way, we will have some leverage. Number one. And now the point is, Stephen, the thing is, with America opening up to Cuba,
right?
I don't think it is going to go lesser. It is going to go even much higher, because right now, the biggest market, it is banned for the Cuban cigars. The moment it goes there, you see, so the moment it goes there, rest of the world is actually going to be like not having anything, and ultimately the prices are going to go even crazier than today, because the ones who want to get them, they will pay whatever they can to get it. So it is going to be, to my opinion, is very different in that case.
No, I think what's going to happen, if I may, when the Cuban market finally, when Donnie invades and takes over Cuba, and Donnie and I spoke about this last night, so I know the plan, and I'm the cigar czar. We're going to first bring in Cubans into the United States at a reasonable price and get everybody hooked, like cocaine. And then, after a year of getting them hooked at like $20 sticks, we then can raise it to 50 to 100 because they'll be jonesing for the Cubans. Because remember, a lot of people here in the States just hear Cuban cigars and they get excited. They couldn't tell the difference between a Cuban and a non-Cuban, right?
That's also fair. That's also fair.
They're just like, oh, a Cuban cigar. I'm like, calm down. So it's one of those things as well. So it's going to be very interesting with the geopolitical situation to see what's going to go on with the Cuban cigars, as well as what's just going to go on in general in the marketplace. But to your point, the Chinese are the ones that have opened up the marketplace for this.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. Oh, someone's actually saying 55th state. So please tell us which will be the 54th. I mean, I'd be very happy the late numbers goes that way. But yeah. Okay, so Source says maybe cigars were too cheap 10 years ago. That's a good question.
Now, here's how I look at that, and I think it's a good question, but everything's increased over the last 10 years, except, if you will, Cubans have gone from, to your point, here's my like, Riz and I were talking about, I forgot what cigars we were talking about, but it was like 10 years ago, it was $15. Now it's $115 or $120. Really? And then you have like CAO, my favorite to pick on, CAO Brazilian Amazon spends $7 or $8 a stick for the last 10,000 years. So nobody's any different. It's just that they realize, Habanos SA realizes, or because of the guy who just got arrested for his crypto algorithms, the Chinese guy who's trying to make all his money back, they, I think, just realized people globally are stupid enough to pay for the mystique of Cuba. And that's what they're doing. They can keep raising it because people are like, oh, it's a Cuban cigar. It's a Cuban cigar. Okay. There's good non-Cuban cigars. I know that Rizzo will disagree. But there are good non-Cuban cigars that are $20, $30 a stick, and even some are $6, $7, $8. It's like it doesn't have to be expensive.
There's a slightly from my side, right?
Ajay says something on the stream. He says unless they are Reserva and Grand Reserva. Now I'm unsure whether Ajay has responded to this in the context of prices going up or going low. So Ajay, would you mind sharing the full context of what you're trying to say?
Go ahead, Rizzo. What were you going to say?
I've kind of lost the point.
Not the first time.
I have a different. I'm coming from a different angle. It's not a different perspective. I'm just coming from a different angle. I
can see Uncle Donnie right behind you, so I can see there is not going to be your point of view today. It's only his point of view. So bring it on. See, this is the new me.
It's a more interesting you. The viewership is going down. There's one thing I hate.
You're cool, by the way. You're wearing a nice jacket today.
There's one thing, Xenia. There's one thing I hate about this cigar industry that I have to participate in as a cigar smoker from time to time. I hate something about it. I hate the fact that under the pretense of ultra high luxury and ultra good living and classiness, there's total opacity behind everything, okay? Which at the end of the day affects people such as me, because in terms of pricing, how is it that you only have one distributor in the UK? How is it you only have one distributor regionally? How is it that you don't quite know what the Habanos structure is? How is it that you've got mega billionaires with crypto who are able to infiltrate these areas? How there is a sense of dirtiness, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
in this product. It used to be a very, very clean product. There's a beautiful cigar. You smoke a cigar. It was a sort of a nice niche type industry, and now it's distorted completely by huge amounts of flows of money around the world, right? And that's just, I mean, I'm not saying this in a voyeuristic way. I'm not saying this in a journalistic way. I'm just asking perhaps things that other people are thinking and thinking, fucking hell, you know, how is it a box of cigars can be worth, you know, £1 million? How can that be? How can you, I mean, I would like to read or see an expose done by a proper journalist at some stage on how is it that an asset which is just dried leaves can be priced at that level, regardless of whether aged or not, or vintage or not, or rare or not, or what box, if it says TB Carlin on the box or not, etc., etc., etc. And I'm very, perhaps I come across as very naive, but I'm bemused by this totally. I understand what's going on, because there are other industries that do that, you know, as I say, the classic car industry, the art industry, and there's always opportunity to make money. I get that, right? Yeah. But I find that very superficially sort of like a dirty kind of place we're in.
Yeah, but part of it, to your point, is that if part of it is to your point, it's like a scam. Think of it this way: a crypto algorithm, because we don't call them cryptocurrencies; they're just algorithms. So a crypto algorithm, I start a crypto algorithm, and I get everybody all excited, if you will. That's like a Ponzi scheme all of a sudden, right? People are like, "Ooh, let's do this because of whatever." So
let's do this because everyone else is doing it. It's just
right.
that.
So tomorrow, if I come out and say this iPad case from whenever 2000 and whatever is worth X dollars, 10 times more than what Apple charges, because it's got this little whatever, and there's only 10,000 of them, people are stupid. They'll see it on social media. Someone will write an article about it, and everybody's going to collect it. It's like when the Beanie Babies were hot, the Pet Rocks were hot, the Cabbage Patch dolls were hot, right? People go through these phases of, oh, look at me, and they want to collect it. Listen, a watch is a watch. I hate to tell people that. Whether you're buying a PK or something else, it's still a watch, right? The fact that you want to pay $300,000 for it, or a Jacob & Co. watch for $1 million or $5 million, okay, that's up to you. But it doesn't make it any better than the Seiko. That it still does the same thing. It's the same with the supercar. It's still a car that when I push the little button or turn the key, it goes from A to B. It's a car. It's just I want to go look at me. Look, I'm driving this blah 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 car, and it's worth this much money. It's the same with cigars. That's what's happening.
AJ makes just on that note, AJ makes a very critical point, and
that's where
the thing about the. So AJ asks a question he knows the answer to, right?
No, okay. Listen. The first comment AJ was given was very different, which is price. So since I said him to clarify, so his whole comment was prices on the current will stay when they release a new Vitola, the prices are reasonable unless they are Grand Reserve or Reserva, or super releases when the prices are high from the release. Makes sense. Having said that, Ruben says not happening anytime soon, but Raza also AJ makes a very good point where Raza was, if I'm not wrong, going that we'd like to know if the prices have been increased. Have the rollers in Cuba gotten an increase in wages?
It's a self-answering question. It's rhetorical in the sense that he knows it, you know it, I know, and that's what we're talking about, real value, right? Yeah, who is benefiting? Who's creaming off the top? Yeah, right. Okay, and that is the scam, and I say scam. It's not a legally charged word. It's a very emotive word. I feel like my pockets are being emptied for no reason other than artificial market dynamics.
Right.
Okay? If everyone wants a Cohiba, I get it. It's only 1% of the population who's willing to pay 1,000% of the price that is changing and changing the structure of the industry, right? Okay? We can all complain that prices have gone up. Prices always go up for absolutely everything, from milk to to cigars to whatever. Prices always go up; they never go down. Yeah, right. But the reason why I'm kind of pointing to what I think is a bubble that's about to burst, people tend not to see bubbles about to burst. In fact, a bubble increases exponentially in size before it bursts.
Correct.
It just keeps going. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, right? But I can see that hang on, something weird is going on here, right? Something very weird is going. Global movements of money. Someone's going to come and put a stop to these things. Someone's going to change the tastes in a particular market. Someone is going to say that the real value in cigars is these very rare boxes, and that's what you should be buying, and those prices will continue rising. I have a feeling something that's going to happen, but you guys can, I stand to be corrected. If I've misjudged the market, it is what it is.
So one
but
correction.
That's where I see it going.
There is one correction you for sure make yourself. Stop calling these products of mass pleasure the dried leaves. Because I've started to get offended by the fact that you call them dried leaves.
What are they?
These are beautiful creations by some very, very, I would say, hardworking people using the tobacco from the...
That's the marketing that you've been fed, Usman. If you go to Cuba, right? If you go to Cuba, and as a foreigner, you say, I'm getting notes of cypress, I'm getting notes of lemon, they'll just fucking laugh at you. It's either good tobacco or bad tobacco, right? If you go to Pakistan and as a foreigner and say, in this mango, I'm getting floral notes, yeah, I'll just laugh at that person, right? It's just a fucking mango, right? It has either more sugar or less sugar. It's either syrupy or not syrupy, yeah?
No, that's not how it is.
For people from that, bear with me, yeah? The reason I call it dried leaves is not as a disfavor to the industry, and it's not as a disfavor. I'm a real enthusiast of the Cuban leaf, to be very honest with you. Apart from Cuban cigars, there's not very many great ones or good ones, in my opinion, other than the Davidoffs, really. All the others you can really keep, but it's your taste. I don't really have a problem with that, yeah? But the point of calling it dried leaves is I feel that I don't think enough people... I think most people get swept away with the marketing. Most people get swept away with the Cuban versus non-Cuban, or like you have to see a product for what it is. Yeah, I mean, all cars are basically metal, plastic, carbon fiber, and other bits and components, right? All cars are. Depends on how they're engineered.
No,
What's the waving of the finger at me?
See again, depends on how they're engineered, which means.
I just said that. It depends on how they're engineered.
Wait, the metal, the plastic, and all of those things that you're referring to, that also makes a difference where they come from and who has done the work on them, right? In addition to the engineering part. So this is also one of those things.
I know, but we're not talking about precious. We're not talking about precious metals. We're not talking about rare, intrinsically. So let's put it this way. The reason I call it dried leaves, which you think is perhaps which you think is perhaps a disservice. I'm talking about the basic product, how it's put together, the amount of work and effort that's put into it. Obviously, plays a role in the valuation of it and the increase of that. Obviously, it does, right? Okay, but the reason why I call it dried leaves is to equalize the tobacco market globally, right? So the dried leaves that come out of Cuba are dried leaves that also come out of Nicaragua. They're also the same dried leaves that come out of anywhere else. They're dried leaves.
Not same, much better. Okay.
I've come to say, you say much better, right? Yeah, someone prefers an orange that comes from Asda, and someone prefers an orange that comes from the other side of the planet, from some... I don't know, not vineyard, some sort of orchard.
I only prefer.
All I'm saying is both are oranges. Both are oranges.
I only prefer the oranges that come
and Ruven has philosophically cut to the chase. They all turn to ash. It's the same ash, right? Okay. Now.
Thank you, Ajay, for saying it cured dried leaf. That is still a much better expression than...
That's like saying everyone has a face. Some people have a slapped face. That's the exact same thing, right? Okay, a face is still a face, yeah, right?
Raza, you need to understand. I missed this riffing part with you for the last 2 weeks, so I had to do this.
No.
Okay, Ajay, on the other part, first of all, you don't know your market, right? Because Ajay says the price of a Cohiba in the UK market is £75, not £100.
Well, not if you go if you go in and you add VAT and service charge, etc. I'm not talking about price. I'm talking about what the customer actually pays in the end.
Right.
Actually, what is it's all very well saying X VAT and this and that. That's fine. No, I'm not no aspersions on Ajay. Ajay, we have a huge amount of respect for Ajay. But the thing is this: it's at the end of the day what you're spending out of your pocket. Yeah, it comes out of your pocket. And that's what I'm talking about, right? The real world effect of living around cigars. Okay.
And Ajay also says the only issue that we have right now.
Where are you seeing all these comments?
Because you
on the screen.
They're very much on the screen. Now that Cuba got their oil from Venezuela, now they will have a problem which will affect the manufacturing of cigars. So we might see an increase. See, at the end of the day, when I say this. Yes, I am saying this straight away, but these are all different factors which are going to come into the... Oh, Raza, Ajay says, including VAT, unless you have a cigar in the lounge where there is a service charge.
Yeah, I know. So that's exactly what I'm saying, Ajay. It is what it is, but the experience increases it. And that's fine, that's cool. I'm not arguing about that, right? But Ajay's price is quite reasonable if you go somewhere else there.
Yeah. Right. So Amir on Instagram says, what are you all discussing? First of all, welcome, Habibi, to the conversation. We are discussing the fact that Raza has too much money to spend on cigars, which he is thinking of donating it to Steven and me. And we will now again spend that on the cigars. Basically, the concept is where cigars have actually been turned into a luxury product. And
we're paying for the experience of having a cigar with Ajay.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's, But wait, so here's the interesting part that AJ said.
Come on, having a cigar with me. Of course, it is an experience having a cigar with Ajay. What is wrong with you?
Calm down. So the interesting part of all of this is this. To AJ's point, if Cuba's getting their oil from Venezuela, and it could bring up manufacturing. What I think everybody's forgetting right now is Donnie wants Cuba because I need to be the cigar czar. So you have to be, it'll be very, yes, Donnie, well, there's Donnie. It'll be very interesting politically to see what happens over the next 6 months. I mean, I know we're joking about Greenland and Colombia and blah, blah, blah. So, he already went into Venezuela. Cuba, well, who's going to fight him? Nobody. Yes, no one's going to. If he goes into Cuba tomorrow, no one's going to fight him. They'll take him about 3 months to figure out how to get the cigar industry back up and running and export. And I'm sure your crypto algorithm, Chinese guys will be all over there then trying to run it, or some Americans will go there and definitely help them. So all of a sudden, you're not going to produce 50 or 60 million Cuban cigars. You'll be producing 300 and 400 million Cuban cigars. So
they don't have the tobacco for that. See, the biggest problem is they don't even have tobacco for that.
Yeah, you know what? I have a feeling, and I don't know, AJ definitely knows more. I'm assuming they hold back purposely. 1, for drought, 2, for an invasion, and 3 is how you can keep the price up. Where before you got on, we were saying non-Cuban cigars probably produce, say, 300 or 400 million a year.
Yes.
Sticks. So they can price it from $6 to stupid money. Cubans, we figure is 50, 60 million sticks. But if I hold back 10 or 20% every year, just in case there's a drought, just in case I don't have any oil because America invades Venezuela or something along those lines, that's a different story then. And so I think you have to think bigger than they only produce X. They only produce X because then that creates supply and demand. It's like if I have a wine that I know I can produce X of, but I hold back, or my favorite Scotch Macallan, I can hold something in the barrel for 30 or 25 or 80 years, then come back and charge you stupid money. I know you'll pay for it. It's kind of what's going on there, I think. I don't think they're pushing out their whole supply. I have to believe they hold back 10, 20%. Once again, AJ would know better than I would know. So
AJ, tell us, what is your hunch on this one?
Why don't you get AJ to come on the show, Usman?
Huh?
Let's see if you can work your charms.
Ask AJ to come on the show.
It is never about my charms. The problem is you guys invite him the day I am not there. So AJ,
well, how about you invite me?
On the show this time, AJ,
AJ, AJ, if you have 5 minutes, come on the show and put a smart on his face.
All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Someone send AJ a link for the hell
I'm
of
going
it.
to do. I have
See,
AJ
and
doing it right now.
and see if he's available.
I'll
He's
send
obviously
AJ.
running around Teddington, locking down the high-end stuff, putting new labels on it.
I would invite Ruben, but Ruben never comes on the show when we invite him.
Ruben is lying in bed and watching this. He's in Miami. Ruben's in Miami, or
Well, he could be anywhere. You never know with him, so we don't know.
He's on your side of the world, though.
It depends what side of the world he's on and what side of the world I'm on. So,
the side you're.
Okay.
Where the sun is just rising.
Here we go.
Okay, so I've sent the text to
AJ
Ruben and Ajay as you asked me to.
You sent it to Ruben or AJ?
Mr. Patel will go running to put his tuxedo on, put his wingtip shirt on, bow tie on. So, right, I'm not going on the show. I'm not going on the show unless I'm dressed for the occasion.
The new fan.
I don't know if AJ saw it yet. I did a gangster version of him on my story the other day.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It blinged up.
Yes. Yeah, you made me post it. So we posted it on Instagram. Of course we saw it.
Mr. Patel has a lot of traction on your side, Steve.
2368, the new fan says, as Donald Trump says, China.
I'm multitasking, listening. Yeah, that's very cool of you, AJ.
Ajay says, I'm in the shop, unfortunately, can only text. I'm multitasking, listening. Perfect. Sounds good to us.
Who's going to run the shop if AJ's on here? It's a
I thought he has already delegated in that part to Rekha.
Well, then you're mistaken. When you have daughters run everything. I think AJ would agree with that.
That I know as well.
I think, to be honest with you, AJ,
I exactly know.
AJ has this sort of. I won't say pretense, yeah, but I'm typing and serving at the same time. Yeah, really, AJ, really.
Oh wait, it's his daughter's day off. It's his daughter's day off. That's her day off. That's why.
Yeah. I'm typing and serving at the same time. Now you know that can't be true.
I know, but it makes him feel better. Let him say it. So,
it's good. It's good social media projection.
Yeah, it's like, look, I'm working very hard. Like remember the one day he was on the show where he was serving. He went down to the special locker and he spent 2 hours showing us cigars. Cool. And that was purposely he did that. He said the minute Usman fell off, he goes, "I'm coming on the show." I don't know what that was about, but anyway,
that was a dig at Usman.
Oh, we love you, Usman. We missed you yesterday.
You guys actually made sure that you did that on purpose, and I remember that. And I will take the revenge of that one fine day whenever I get it.
By the way, this is slightly oblique. It only dropped into my mind. I wanted to give a shout out to a place that I don't even think is watching us. No, I wanted to give out a shout out on Tuesday
Massimo
morning.
And Magdalena. I can tell right now.
What?
I was like, you're going to give a shout out to Massimo and Magdalena, if I'm not wrong.
I wasn't actually. I was going to give a shout out to a place that I stopped in on Tuesday morning. I was in Paris, or Paris for the normals, yeah. I was in Paris, and I stopped off at a place that I'd seen on social media, and I believe some of you guys have been there. At least some of the people I know have been there. Yeah, this is called Gentleman 1919.
Yes.
And Gentleman 1919, very interesting place actually. It's sort of right in the middle of Paris. It's kind of just behind Champs-Élysées. Actually, we were talking about auction houses. It's behind Christie's.
Okay.
It's literally behind Christie's. Okay, which is a very prominent auction house just off the Champs-Élysées. And we stopped there for a couple of hours to have a cigar, let's put it that way, right? Okay. What an interesting place, because at the front it's a barber shop. You notice I had a trim.
Yeah. And
you walk through the barber shop into what is essentially like a new sort of an American prohibition speakeasy. So there's a bar, not too dissimilar from Harry's bar in Paris, but there's a bar. And after the bar, you've got a sort of a glass closed smoking sampling room. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, they don't have a walk-in humidor. They've got a large cabinet humidor, which is kind of like really nicely, at least from a Cuban perspective, stocked really nicely. And then I saw something in there, which someone has within the humidor. I saw something that others have told me is the only non-Cuban promoted by Hunters and Francow in the UK, but I saw this in Paris.
Right.
Which is?
Can any of you guess, or do any of you know which is the only non-Cuban promoted by Hunters and Francow in the UK? And I've had this cigar in its birthplace, so can you guess what it is?
Wait a minute. If I had this cigar,
I don't know. Usman, can you guess what it is?
No, I don't.
No, not close.
It's the Vega Fina brand from Dominican Republic.
Oh,
Wow. I've had that brand.
And so this humidor that I saw in Paris in Gentleman 1919, there's a very cool guy behind the counter. I get the impression he's the owner. His name is Max. Has a beautiful dog sitting in the lounge, Australian Shepherd. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Very quiet, very well behaved. What a great place. What a nice place for a cigar smoker just to randomly walk in, have a great Cuban cigar. It's very convivial. Like, it's a very small cigar sampling room. I think maybe 7 or 8 people can sit there at a max. But I really like that place. It was a very nice, quiet place. A little bit cold, to be honest with you, but that's because it was -5 degrees anyway outside. But what a cool place. So I'm giving a shout out to Gentleman 1919.
Wait a minute. You were saying he was watching us? It's like that's how it started? What? So are you just shouting out to this place?
No, it just came to my mind because
okay.
I don't know why it came to mind specifically, but it's part of my last week since I saw you guys last.
Well, we know because you were doing your grand tour. Hey, so the Vega I've had, it's actually not a bad smoke. Did you try it? Did you try it, or you're stuck up with your little Cuban crap?
I have tried it. I guess it was too long ago, so I don't have a memory of how it tasted.
No, I meant Riza. Did you try it while you were there, or did you just stick with your Cubans?
No, I had, because it was in Paris, I had a Quai d'Orsay 52.
Of course you did. Yeah, of course.
I did. Of course I did. I took a photo. I posted. Right. Okay.
I know.
When in Paris and you're going to smoke Cuban, why not? Why not the original French regional? Why not?
Yeah. I just thought I would ask.
And it was a little bit fresh, that cigar. I'm assured it was maybe 2 or 3 months old, but it was a little bit fresh. But it was a good cigar.
Let me tell you, last Sunday, in your honor, just to let you know, I had a Juan Lopez French regional.
Oh, really? Nice.
I posted on my Instagram, Usman, if you pay attention. Anyway, but I had the beautiful Juan Lopez. I love the Juan Lopez.
So AJ says Vega Fina is owned by Tabacalera, who is part of the Habanos.
Well, that explains it. There.
Really? Really?
Apparently. He says that. AJ says it. It's got to be true.
That's what he said. I had no idea about that one, actually.
Really?
No, he's making it up, Riza. So, yes.
No, really,
yes.
Seriously?
You forgot the exclamation point, AJ, because apparently Riza still doesn't believe you. Yes. He says.
Yes. Happy now?
Are you sure?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, he says yes, exclamation mark.
I have a
if
feeling.
If you ask one more time, he's gonna say "fuck you."
I have a feeling. So I say this is. I have a feeling AJ's short-circuiting on this one.
Sure. Yes. No, I don't think
I know.
he is.
Saying yes doesn't change the fact that it. Don't think it is.
Hey, can I ask? Let me make this statement. Let me just make this statement, if I may. AJ, who probably knows more about cigars than the 3 of us, is telling you something.
And how are we going to establish that fact?
Let's put that out there because we have to suck up.
It's all very well everyone saying, "Oh, I know more about cigars than you know more." I don't know anything about cigars. Yeah.
Well, I don't either. But my point is,
exactly.
In this particular instance, I'm surprised that AJ has time to be on the show. And he's serving customers, and his Rolodex is working correctly. Okay. Surely one of them has to go sideways at some stage.
Well, no, but he's listening. And he
AJ, would it be possible for you to check with Hunters and Francow and revert on that one?
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
So that we have some clarity directly from the source. I mean, not that I don't take your word for it. I know that you're, I know that you're passionate about these things and you passionately believe it.
There we go.
But I'm not so sure.
You know, when he sees you, if he lets you back
and you know
in
what? And you know what?
6.
You know that pause. AJ is now going on Google.
Here's the best part about what's going to happen next week when you try to get into number 6 and they don't let you in. He's going to put that up as a story. Where is the link?
Check on the Instagram. Check on WhatsApp. I have sent you a direct link.
No,
he's asking where is the link.
Where's the link? Send him the link.
I'm not goading.
Oh, you are. You goaded him. He's coming now, buddy. AJ Patel, everybody.
He's coming here right now.
Yeah, put him on.
No.
I can't find his WhatsApp.
I don't think so. No.
Put him up.
I don't think so.
Let me know when you put him up. AJ Patel, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining the show momentarily. Did you text him?
I did text him again.
Right.
Where is the link? No.
Yeah.
I'm kind of 100% certain I was on the Jose Mendez farm in the Dominican Republic, and they gave me a Vega Fina to smoke.
He's already started to change his statements.
No, it's Dominican, no?
What? Nobody's saying it is not Dominican. He said it is owned by Tabacalera, which is part of Habanos. That's what he said.
Yeah, no, but my understanding was it was part of General Cigar Company in Dominican Republic.
Apparently, you are wrong.
Let him come, and he will tell you himself.
Yes. If AJ shows up, there you go. I sent AJ the link as well, just in case he doesn't like you. So there. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the UK. It's the man. It's the myth.
Oh, Raza disappeared. Hello.
Oh God.
Right.
AJ, how are you, my friend?
Raza disappeared. Raza disappeared right away.
Oh, God.
I don't want to be embarrassed on this show. I don't want to be embarrassed on this because Mr. Patel has this.
There we go.
Has this way about him. He'll put me in my place in a moment.
Oh no! You know what? Don't be a pussy. Get your ass on the show because AJ's here. You invited AJ on the show. Come say hello to our guest.
I
didn't invite AJ on the show. AJ hammered himself into play.
Let him say. Raza, okay, AJ, just at least clarify this shit to him.
See, I had to go on, okay, because rather than me typing and serving customers, I've come in my office.
Oh my God!
It takes too long to type.
Yes.
As Reza said, this old man. There's no way he can multitask.
Oh my God!
The brain. AJ, did you check? Are you mistaken about this Tabacalera thing?
No, I'm 1000% sure. Okay, and if I'm wrong, right? You can pick any cigar you want from number 6 on me.
Can I have a Fonseca, please?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you can have a Fonseca from the 60s. No problem at all. Right? You can pick any cigar you want. All right? And if I'm right, I can pick any cigar I want and you pay for it.
Oh,
absolutely. Oh, like that.
I like that.
Is that ex VAT or with VAT?
Is that
with service charge or without service charge?
That is going to be VAT, service charge, the full works.
The full Monty, pal. You're so screwed.
And
you got your short. Stephen, you got your short there.
And what we'll do on top of that, right? We'll video it.
AJ.
Yes.
So has Vega Fina got a duplicate brand in Dominican Republic?
They don't have a duplicate brand. Vega Fina is owned by Tabacalera, which in turn is part of Artades USA. Okay? It's not owned by Hunters.
Yeah, no, I know this. That's why I said my understanding was the only non-Cuban brand that they promote, correct?
No. They promote other non-Cuban brands as well.
Such as?
Invictus, that they have it on their price list.
Invictus?
That's
The
Honduras.
one in black
That's
hue.
Honduras. That's Nicaraguan as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those are Hunter's products.
They're not Hunter's products.
No, but they're Hunter's
them.
promoted.
Hunter reps them is what he's saying. They're not
Yes.
their products. They don't own it.
Yes, and this is where this conversation came from. Okay, because earlier on you said in France, right, which is a Hunter's product, which they have, which is Vega's Fina, and hence me coming on to say it's not a Hunter's product.
Well, no. I was having a loose discussion. I remember it as in the UK, but then the reason.
Reza,
so what
don't
triggered
try
that
to
thing was I
Reza,
see
don't-
this standing humidor, and I see only Cuban cigars, but the only non-Cuban in there was Vega
Reza,
Fina,
don't try
and
to
then
wiggle-
and then
don't try
sorry,
to
one
wiggle
other
out of
product,
the conversation. You have to pay for a cigar.
a very high-end product, which is one of my favorite products, Camacho. Camacho was in there.
Oh shit!
By Davidoff.
Yeah, but Davidoff bought that brand.
Yes.
From Meroa.
Yeah, but remember when Urs was on the show, he said he had an original Camacho, and he said it was much better before Davidoff bought it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
telling
so you're saying Vega Fina is owned by Tabacalera, which is owned by Altadis,
USA.
And where is that Vega Fina cigar from? That leaf?
I think it's Dominican. We don't have
It is.
it.
That's exactly what I was
Dominican.
saying. I've been to the farm where that leaf is grown. That's the Jose Mendez farm.
Yeah. Okay. So you went to when you went to Dominican, you had it then.
I had that on the farm, and so the reason why I didn't associate that in any other way with Hunters is I just thought that's by General Cigar Company.
Yeah, it's a massive brand, huge brand. If you Google it, let me see. Hang on, let me just go.
Where are you sitting? Is this your office or is this the depths of Teddington?
This is my back office in Teddington. You can see the clutter in the back, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it books or cigar boxes or empty cigar boxes?
It's lots of cigar books. Hang on, and books.
How many of those books are by Aaron Sigmund, AJ? How many of those books are by Aaron Sigmund? All of them.
You're such a bitch, aren't you?
Yeah. He just wants another shot, which would be controversial. Just don't pay attention to him.
How do I turn that? Can I turn the camera around on?
Yeah, you can.
Of course you can.
How do I turn it around?
Are you on your
phone?
Physically turn it around. Are you on a phone?
Are you on your phone?
I know I can physically turn it around. But I'm going to do the other way because I wanted to show you. So these are all cigar aficionado books.
Oh.
Right, Christie's auction books. When
bloody hell!
Used to have auctions, so I keep it for references. And this is Cigar and Spirits magazines.
Oh, okay.
And I got
Here's the interesting stuff.
lots of cigar magazines. But look at this.
The first one, yes. Premier edition.
Volume 1.
Yes.
Of?
Yeah.
Cigar magazine.
Cigar aficionado.
Yeah, the first volume 1 of 1.
Yes.
So I tell you how I got this. So
How?
It was in your local dentist. It was in your local dentist who picked it up.
No, listen, you love this. So when I went to New York, I went to Cigar Aficionado head office, and we did a cigar tasting on some vintage cigars. And I said to Gordon Mott and David Savonia at the time, I said, I collect all of your Cigar Aficionados magazines, and I'm missing the first 3. And they said, oh, okay. Didn't hear nothing after that. And then like a month later, by post, I had all 3 copies.
Wow!
Amazing.
To make up the whole set, which is fantastic.
Yes.
AJ, I collect them too. I don't have the first 20.
Well, I'm not going to give you mine, by the way. Okay?
Well,
Reza,
what
Reza, I
goes
can
round
tell
comes
you.
round. You just talked about a beautiful story where you said something to the air and it came to you, yeah?
Reza, I can tell you where you can find them. Just go to eBay.
I know where you're going to send me to find them.
No.
Just
Can you find them in eBay?
Yes, you can find them
Yes.
in eBay.
Oh, you
Reza,
can. Oh, wow.
It's okay. Now that we've talked about that, give me a minute.
He's gonna go on eBay.
I wish I could smoke. I wish I could smoke a TB Carlin, Vitola K.
Look at him.
Mhm.
Where did you get this? Where did you get this name from? Huh?
That's that. So I'm a little bit of an alligator myself, Mr. Patel.
Oh yeah.
Just lying underneath the surface.
Here we
The
go.
last thing you're going to see are the teeth.
You got one there?
Huh? 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 One.
You got a box?
A box.
Wait, I need to log in on YouTube.
Oh, look at it! Look at the eyes. The eyes bulged at that one.
Oh my God.
I can't see properly.
Marketing.
Okay,
Wait.
now that we were talking, so AJ, like you, I was collecting of them as well. I was missing the first 5.
AJ's
I
lost
went
interest. He's thinking about TV Collins now.
I went to eBay and I found these. The first one.
Oh wow! Yeah.
The second one.
Okay. Wow.
Third one.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
Fourth one.
are they printed locally in Lahore or are they the originals?
You're right.
I'm asking a serious question.
Oh yeah, the pedophile. Congratulations, you got
Have
that
you read
one.
that one? Have you read that one?
Yep.
Go back. The one with Fidel Castro on it.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not with Bill Cosby. Only for that.
So AJ, let me pay Usman a compliment in front of you, yeah? Okay, let me pay Usman a compliment in front of you. He is very, very underneath the surface of the water. He's a serious collector of not just of everything, yeah? And I don't know if you'll find someone in Pakistan who collects as much as he collects. He's a bit of a nerd when it comes to collecting. Am I right, Usman?
No, I just like reading. That's it.
The words or the pictures?
Is that why you look like Fidel Castro though? Because you're trying to look like your idol? Is that the problem? Look at that. He looks exactly like him. I'm just saying. There you go. You passed for his twin.
Have you read that magazine?
That's true.
Yes, I have. The fun part is it still has its pamphlet of subscription from that old time.
Ooh,
Have you read
how
it?
much can I get it for?
I have.
Okay.
Oh God, you actually read.
Well, he looks at the pictures. Let's not get carried away. There's reading and there's looking at pictures. So, you know. So.
All right.
Then I came to the decision that to really launch a campaign against smoking, I had to set the example and quit smoking. That was the fun thing that he had said in there.
So, all right. Well, thanks for showing up this slow with the magazine there. Oh, wait, we're going to do more here. Hold on. Let's show more pictures of Fidel Castro.
Pictures of magazines. Okay.
Yeah, this is great. I'm glad this is a live show where we show pictures of magazines. Yeah, that's called a movie. So.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I ask a question? Why did AJ perk up at TB Carlin? AJ? Mr. Patel?
Because I have a few boxes of TB Carlin.
Seriously? What label have they got on them?
The one I have, they don't have a label.
There must be a little sticker on them with a sort of a purple flame.
There's a sticker. I think there's a sticker out on the front of the box. I'll find it.
Do you know what that sticker is? Do you know what that sticker is? It's an old logo. Do you know what that is?
The old logo.
So obviously TB Carlin. To be very honest with you, I think LFD, La Flora Dominicana, copied their font style for TB Carlin. If you look at TB Carlin, it looks like from a distance like Flora Dominicana, right? Okay? There's circular letters, right? But there's a sticker with a purple flame. Do you know what that is?
No.
He has
That
been
is the
hanging.
old logo. That is
Yeah.
the old logo for the shop in London that used to distribute TB Carlin. Now, which shop?
That used to distribute TB Carlin.
Yeah.
I know.
There's only the only shops I know that used to do their own brand cigars was Freeburg and Treyer, right? You got Robert, wasn't JJ Fox, and it was Robert Lewis.
Robert Lewis, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not educating you. I'm just, I'm kind of, I'm a little bit excited because accidentally I discovered this shop for myself. And you know, I spend a lot of time in there.
Oh, what? Tom? It can't be Tom Tom.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
It's got Tom Tom logos on it.
Really?
The old, yeah. If you look at the white label, AJ, with that purple flame, that's the old Tom Tom logo.
But Tom Tom's never been around that long.
But it's got those labels on it. Have a look. And if I'm wrong, tell me. But that is the logo it's got on there.
On the box.
Ow.
On the box. And I know because one of the collectors of TB Carlin, who I smoked with maybe 3 weeks ago.
Jean-Marie. So he's referring to Jean-Marie.
Well, I wasn't going to say any names. Yeah.
AJ had to go
AJ's
to business.
Well,
No,
he's the one who educated me on that.
That's the only reason I knew, by the way, the answer to that question.
Yes.
Because of JM.
Just interesting little stories.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed you. I missed what you just said there. Did you say John Murray had it?
Yes.
So Jean-Marie gave me a little education on this. He showed me his boxes, etc., etc. He said this was from the original Tom Tom before, what's his name, Tom Ashton had it. Those are the labels on there.
Oh, wow.
And for him, it was a massive history lesson because when he came down to Tom Tom to smoke, he said, I'm in the place where I bought these cigars from. Through Sotheby's or Christie's, I can't remember. I think it was Christie's. Maybe Jean-Marie's watching. Jean-Marie?
Sorry, because I'm on my phone. Every time the shop phone rings,
Yeah, understood.
On my phone, so it cuts off.
That's okay. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So anyway, how was your trip to Paris? Good.
It was very rushed, AJ. It was a trip to Switzerland and back. Stopped in Paris for maybe 2-3 hours. It was. Can I use a French word? It was fucking cold out there. It was in. So I stayed one night in Basel. I think that was Saturday night or Sunday night. I think I stayed Sunday night in Basel. Basel hit -13, and the two of us, me and Zhao, was smoking in this ridiculous weather. And this is what cigar conviviality is about, really. We were smoking on an outdoor terrace about 11 p.m., having a drink. We were smoking these Cohiba Siglo 1s. And there was a Turkish chap who said that this is the only warm place. Can I have a cigar next to you guys? Right? And that is cigar conviviality. And we turned out he follows us on Instagram. He knew about AJ Patel. He knew about this. He knew about that. And we just chatted for another, hour or so. And I had a few drinks. And that in the middle of a sleepy Swiss town on a Sunday night at 11:30, sitting outside having a drink, cigar smokers, gravitate together.
It's amazing what cigar does, doesn't it?
It does, and that aroma just carries down the street, and someone says, "Oh yes, you were smoking." And funnily enough, AJ, this was right in front of the Davidoff store in Basel, and so I sent a photo to a young chap called Roy Sommer, who has something to do with Davidoff, right? Okay, and he sent me a quick response. Hey, Davidoff, Basel is the headquarters of Davidoff.
It's headquarters, yes, that's right.
I didn't know this. I happened to be sitting. That shop looked pretty cliquey. One of the nicest things I like, which you may identify as a tobacco merchant, AJ, was the number of cigarettes in the Davidoff store. Right at the front, I could see the whole cigarette range going down the side.
Wow. Was that Davidoff cigarettes or just all the cigarettes?
Yeah, you're right. They were No. They were Davidoff cigarettes. I mean, I couldn't see all the way down, but from the front. It was like, an old school tobacconist, but a very modern one, yeah, very white and clear. I took photos. I think I shared those photos with you guys, right? But it was really nice to see cigarettes going down one side, cigars going down the other side, all the accessories at the front, and you can actually see everything. And I just realized how refreshing that is because we don't see that in London anymore. You can't actually see the tobacco products.
No.
And
I mean,
and
we
that
used
was
to sell we used to sell the Davidoff cigarettes, the black ones in a black packet. They weren't cheap, but they used to sell well. But you can still buy, not in the UK. You can't buy these in the UK, but you can only buy them duty free or in Europe.
Yeah. Actually, when you said the black ones, that reminded me, and I've had this conversation with you before, AJ. Sobranis. I used to smoke Sobrani Black Russians.
Yeah.
Quite a lot, and that's what I was. When I was looking at these cigarettes, it was. I don't know what it was. It was a really good memory that was being ignited. Like that casuality of just walking past a tobacco store and seeing what you like and walking and say, hey, I'll have that red box, or I have for a change, trying something different.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were smoking opposite that in a bar. I think it was called Bar 59 or something like that. And the tobacco, the cigar smoke just sort of like invited others. Well, in this case, this Turkish guy who's obsessed with whiskey. And we had a smoke for another hour with him. And that's what it does. You find that conviviality everywhere. But Switzerland was freezing. Paris was still freezing, but less freezing, but very treacherous. I drove all the way there, drove all the way back.
You drove? What the fuck?
Well, there was stuff to haul, AJ. There was stuff to haul.
Bodies.
Okay.
There was stuff to haul.
That. I saw that.
Books, encyclopedias, etc., magazines.
Yeah.
That's how we got the Cigar Aficionado first edition. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what we went there for, just for that.
But I'll tell you something. The buddy trips on the road are the best trips. You learn the most about people. You learn their smoking habits, I guess, their talking habits. It's a very, very good thing. It's a lovely thing. I mean, you get on a plane, what do you do, right? But if you're in a car and you're driving for 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours, and smoking.
I think a bit longer.
Sorry.
I think it was a bit longer than 4 hours.
well, we staged it a little bit. Stopped in places along the way, etc.
Oh, you hired so you hired a car from there?
No. I drove all the way.
From London, from UK.
Yeah. I may look old, but inside is the heart of an Uber driver, and and I just went for it, and I've realised. Oh, by the way, so this is hush hush, nudge nudge, wink wink. Yeah, a lot of so this is under the surface. I won't say market knowledge because I'm not really in the market yet. I find this funny, yeah. I find that a lot of people who have some sort of cigar business or cigar interests in Europe, they love driving around with cigars in the back of their station wagon. They love it. They enjoy it. That's a nice way of, moving goods around.
Oh, I see. Selling, you mean?
These are dirty words, selling and trading. I'm talking about enthusiasts. I'm talking about enthusiasts who have a house in Paris, but they also have a house in London, and they need to move some sort of personal stock around. And
they wear trench coats. They only do it at midnight under a street light in the corner.
I have to say, I did drive. I left London around midnight, and I wanted to do the all-night drive because the all-night drive is empty. The roads are empty. Just hammer it all the way there. You get to see towns in the middle of like cities, like you'll see Brussels, Antwerpen, etc., Luxembourg. I've been driving around North Europe for like 15, 20 years. Once you've done it once, you find it very, very easy just to think, well, I've got to be in Luxembourg tomorrow. Am I going to go to the thing about booking a flight, then going to London City Airport or going to Heathrow Airport, waiting 2 hours, getting on the flight, getting to Luxembourg, getting a taxi, just jump in the car and go. Smoke on the way.
I hope, saying that, smoke on the way, I hope you managed to smoke that 175.
He's a prodder. He's a prodder and a poker. He's a prodder and a poker.
Well, come on, hang on.
Answers like this will only be given on a need to know basis and in person, sir.
Let's get this correct, okay? Someone who drives in their car all the way back there and back, carries, lugs other people's goods around,
Yeah.
as you say, and you
I mean,
smoke
other
your own
people's goods.
cigars,
Personal
and you
use.
smoke
Cigars for personal use. Cigars for
and you
personal use.
smoke your own
I know
cigars.
this is true because at customs, when they stopped us, I had to say that. That was British. That was really weird. That was in France coming on the way back. The customs officer was British. It was a young guy. He must have been about a third of my age. And we
Wow.
were just laughing and joking and laughing
Someone's
and
that
joking. He said,
young?
all I could smell. He said, the moment your car pulled up, all I could smell was cigars. That's
Cigars.
all I, because the windows are cracked open and just cigar smoke going absolutely everywhere in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
How cool is that, Mr. Patel? You should come on one of these trips with us.
I did a trip like this about, gosh, must be
In 19 or 20?
20,
or 18?
say around about 20 years ago, I think, with a friend, and we drove from London to
Oh, you're lucky
Paris.
you've got friends. I don't have any. But
That's true.
maybe next time. Maybe next
Because
time.
you're
Maybe
an
next
Uber
time.
driver. Because you're an Uber driver.
That's right. I feel like an Uber driver sometimes.
No, I did this, and I remember that we smoked all the way in his car, and it was an experience. It does make your, I mean, if you're a cigar lover, right, and you got long distance driving, yeah, you can have a conversation about anything.
Okay. AJ, if you're in a car for 3 hours or 4 hours, let's say going to Paris, yeah, are you going to smoke and you're driving? Are you going to smoke a great cigar, or are you going to smoke something that just puts a smile on your face all the way there?
Well, a couple of things. A, I can't smoke in the car because it's a family car, and I'll be
No. Let's say you're on your own. Let's say you're on your own. You're driving. Would you,
okay.
if you're driving and
If I
smoking?
hired a car, I would smoke. Do you know what? I would smoke a good cigar. If I was on my own, and I wouldn't smoke a super
Yeah,
amazing
that's the point
cigar.
I'm trying to make. You're not going to smoke something that requires some concentration and focus,
No,
right? You're going to smoke something that just gives you some aroma,
Yeah, I'm not going to smoke a Vegas Fina, right? So, I want a decent cigar that, you're looking forward to it and sort of concentrate, because you're concentrating anyway. So, I'll smoke a decent cigar.
I would smoke a shit cigar, like a New World cigar, so it's just smoke.
Really? Yeah, but you driving as a passenger.
Because it's a complete waste of time smoking a great cigar. Yeah, I'll just
Oh,
smoke
so
a
you're
shit
smoking
cigar. Like a
Camachos
totally
then when you
shit
drive?
cigar, like a CAO Brazilian or a...
Wow. Hey, no,
or
you smoke that Camacho crap from Davidoff that you like,
that
right?
Camacho
That's what you
crap.
smoke.
I mean, you say that, but Camacho is a really splendid brand.
It sucks. Give me a break.
by
It's the worst
Davidoff.
cigar they make.
Listen, until you smoked it, yeah, you haven't got a clue, by the way, right?
I have
He's only-
smoked
I
it.
have
saying
smoked
this.
it.
Yeah,
He's
even
saying this
AJ won't
because
smoke it.
Because Roy is listening. See?
Yes,
No.
I know.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
shut up.
okay, Mr. Patel, let me tell you one thing, yeah? The first time I walked into number 6 Cavendish,
Yeah.
you had a young Italian chap working there, Daniele.
Yeah.
Do you know
We
what
had-
cigar
we-
I smoked? Do you know what cigar I
Camacho.
smoked at number 6 Cavendish?
Camacho.
And it was a Camacho, Connecticut.
Uh-huh. Is that the orange tube?
That is the mustard orange, not the yellow. The yellow is Criollo, and the
Yeah.
red one is Corojo.
Right.
But well, I'm going to have to pay a sidewinded compliment here. Yeah, I was smoking a Camacho, but I had a great experience because sitting in number 6 Cavendish for the first time, and that was on the chairs as you walk in on the right hand side. I was sitting over there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is not a bad place. This is quite a nice place. I've heard so many things, but this is a wonderful place.
There you go.
And AJ has regretted that
Smoking
moment
Camacho,
ever
sir.
since it happened. So-
And let me tell you another thing. Right? Okay. If you don't mind me saying this, in 2022, and Usman knows this, right? I was in Islamabad in Pakistan, and there was these Imran Khan riots in Islamabad. There was one night of rioting and tear gas. I was walking in Islamabad around midnight with tear gas flying absolutely everywhere, smoking a Camacho, and it was just the weirdest experience. I was smoking at Camacho, Connecticut, and I gave this to there's a local walking around saying, I've never smoked a cigar before. I gave it to him to smoke. I videoed him, and that's what got all the Pakistan cigar aficionados wound up. Do you remember Usman? Because he said, I'm smoking Camacho. This guy's never smoked a cigar before, and he's smoking Camacho. He said, I'm smoking a Camacho. It's just one of those things. It could be any cigar. It's just one that kind of hits you in the brain and sort of like puts a smile on your face. It's only special because it's a Davidoff brand.
There we go.
Reza, when you say it, you have to say it without twisting ahead. Okay, come on.
But I am not,
Very, very
like you,
it was a
Mr.
fabulous
Patel.
cigar.
Mr. Patel, I am not like you. We keep our heads like this.
What are people asking? Hang on, let's read what are people saying?
They want to know what cigar you would smoke in the car, AJ. And one of the guys said any cigar that burns.
We said that already.
Yeah, we already said that.
We said that. And what else?
And before the comments, before you guys came on, they were talking about Venezuela, and then you brought up the thing about Cuba gets their oil from Venezuela in your comment. That was the other part of it.
Yeah, no, I think you made a comment on that as well. And I can see, because I have a few people at number 6 yesterday, we were talking about this.
Right.
And they were asking the same thing, AJ, what do you think was going to happen? It's like, listen, if a country gets starved on oil, okay, it stops the country. Correct or not correct?
That's correct.
Yeah?
Yep.
And already Cuba is suffering on petrol, diesel, fuel. Obviously, electricity being cut off. There are riots happening, but you don't see them on the news because they suppress it. And we all know that if too much riot happens in Cuba, they put you away in prison.
Again.
So, when I was talking to my friends in Cuba over Christmas, they even cut the power over Christmas, New Year, they cut the power. Oh, so, nice. It's only going to get worse. And, okay, Cuba does have raw material, right? But if you don't have power, if you don't have oil, how are you going to carry on manufacturing? You can't. Right. So obviously there's going to be, because end of 2025, our stock situation was getting better and better and better. Not in quantity, but not in this way, but in broad ways. So we got a lot of brands where, we may get 1 box or 2 box, but we got the broad of the brands.
Right.
Which is good, rather than having a narrow selection of them.
Yeah.
So, it was getting better. Now what we're going to see is in the next quarter, we will see if there's going to be changes, we will see them in the next quarter, definitely. And a lot of people saying, AJ, what do you think? Is the festival going to be going to still happen or what? You know what? We don't know.
AJ, the question is, AJ, how do you expect things to be at the festival? That is, if it even goes ahead. And the other question is, can you do any festivals without?
Hey, AJ, what do you think the government should do about, and what is the general public opinion on the Cuban and Venezuela? Okay. Now, the thing about, obviously, the Venezuelan people, they love what's happened because, obviously, Maduro, they're happy that he's gone. And they're happy that US have taken over. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the people living in Venezuela, they are happy because, they got a bit more freedom, and they're hoping, and we're hoping as well, for them, things will change. But, is the US doing this because of China, right? To prevent them by getting hold of the oil. Yeah, so it's all political. This is all political.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and it affects a lot of countries. Look at Reza putting Donald Trump.
DT.
I mean, for me, because obviously, I can be biased here, right? Even though we're in the cigar business, I've been going to Cuba for many, many years. We love the people. The people themselves are fantastic, but it's how they're treated as well. and seeing the situation they're going through, already, and is it going to get even worse for them? And that's the hard bit that we don't know. We hear, like just yesterday on the news, it said that certain areas of UK up north have a power cuts for like 10 to 14 hours. This is nothing compared to what happens in Cuba. Yeah, we don't feel it because we are so free on what we get here, and the minutest change we complain and it gets sorted out. But there it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yes.
And a lot of people say, well, what's going to happen with the power at the festival? There's not going to be any power cuts during the festival because the government will make sure that doesn't happen.
Yes.
Because it's bringing in revenue, right? And there won't be any power cuts.
Last year during the festival, I mean, before the festival, there was so much news. There's power cut. There's this, that. During that 1 week I was there, I have no idea where was that power cut, because everything was lit and everything was like festive, and everything was perfect.
Yeah, they make sure it. So the government can control it. They can control it.
Yeah.
And when I talk to my guys in Cuba, I think they've got 8 to 10, 10 to 11 power stations that run the country. And obviously they are very, 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 very old, yeah?
Yeah.
And all they're doing is trying to refix this. Rather than fixing them, invest. The money they get from the Cuban, the money they get from the auctions that Habanos does at festival time, right? Rather than for 1 year, or a couple of years, rather than giving it to the health industry, why don't you give it to, the
infrastructure,
to get the generators redone again?
Yes.
Right? Use the money well so it can be better for the future. But do we all know that money goes to the right place? I know I'm saying this out publicly. But we always talk about this.
Oh, AJ, there is a crappy follower who says, is Ajay getting a multicolored suit to wear when he accepts the Hombre Habanos award in Cuba?
I would never get offered the Hombre Habanos. Believe me, I would never.
But you deserve it.
No,
you deserve it. I nominate, and this is no joking. Yeah, I'll tell you something. Yeah, of all the people, so I say this, and in this particular instance, AJ, I'm going to pay you a real compliment, and I really mean this from the heart. Yeah, right. Okay. It is very, very cool and classy not to get that award, being you, because it shows how serious you are.
Yeah, I would never get it because I talk too much.
No. I actually mean that because of course there's a great deal of marketing involved in that. There's a great deal of publicity, etc. I get that, right? Yeah. But in this particular instance, and I remember this during COVID quite a lot, right? We used to watch videos of you in Cuba, the slightly older videos in Cuba, etc., right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the most informative ones. Those were the very, very sort of like, they weren't even cigar videos. They were like travel logs. I'm in Cuba. I'm going to this. I'm going to this. There's my enthusiasm. They were the most informative ones because they're the most engaging.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe, and Stephen will attest to this, in the USA, you've got a massive following, right? Okay. Because
that's very true.
So Stephen is always, Stephen's a bit of a giant of a celebrity himself in the Tampa area. And the lounges that Stephen frequents, they're always talking about AJ Patel, and they're talking about the videos that you post. And I don't know if it's an accident. My understanding is, AJ, some of your best clients are from the USA. Am I right?
No, we can't ship to the USA.
No. Visitors from the USA.
When they come to London.
Yeah.
When they visit London, they enjoy what they can, either here in Teddington or at number 6.
What do you mean in Teddington? You can't smoke in Teddington.
No, but they come and see me here.
Yeah.
Hang on, you might have just given the game away there. Right.
There's no game.
Well, here's the best part. When I do go to the places I do go to,
a couple of them saw AJ actually on the show, and they're like, "You're that guy," and I'm like, "Okay." And they go, "We love your show," and I'm like, "Okay." And they go, "You had AJ Patel on it." I'm like, "Okay." Now when they see me every Saturday and Sunday, they have to sit with me, and they're like, "When's AJ coming on? When's AJ coming on?" I go, "Listen, the way it works is RZA has to give him enough pissing off stuff for him to want to come on and tell RZA like enough.
Yeah.
And then he comes on and they said, well, we have to make sure Usman doesn't have internet. Today that part didn't work. I said, then AJ comes on the show. It's the way it works.
That's true.
That's the way this works. But today we let Usman stay on because his check cleared. I will say that Ruben, our friend did say, when you talked about the Cuban government giving money to the healthcare, he said the biggest lie is that they give it to the healthcare. He wrote bullshit. Just FYI, that is Ruben's comment about.
Is that bullshit? Is that bullshit? As in they don't give it to them?
Yes, no, that's not what you said is bullshit. He's saying that's bullshit that they give it to the healthcare.
But you know, Ruben also says, please, people don't dare say the truth or just play dumb.
Yeah, they play dumb, of course.
They have to.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing on this topic. Yeah, we're talking about Hombre Habano as a communicator. I think AJ. It's not even by a little. AJ's out there when it comes to communicating about cigars over a long period of time, right? Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, AJ, I don't know what your opinion on this. Most content is bland. Most of the content is bland. It's kind of informative, but it's not that engaging. You can kind of dive in and dive out of it. I mean, I'm not saying ours is the most interesting in the world. I'm not saying that.
Ours
right?
is. Ours is. Don't.
But I find
you know what? The other thing, Reza, right, is me as in the cigar game and me being in the cigar industry for many years. There's lots that I would love to say, okay, but I can't.
Well, the reason I'm saying this is the most interesting content I used to watch was your travel logs. And travel logs is a very dynamic form of content. I'm in a car. I'm going to the Habanos Festival. I'm walking around. I've met this person. Most people, including, I mean, to some extent us, we kind of stay stationary. We have to find interesting things to talk about in an interesting way. And some people like us, some people hate us. Yeah. Some people think whatever, it's just white noise, right? But we've got some very, very core followers. Stephen knows this, Usman knows. We've got some very core followers that really enjoy that we get together, we can riff and say anything we want. But AJ, the reason I'm saying this to you is I think maybe you do that again. Or do more of it. You know, when you're traveling around places or going to, it's really engaging. It's like I watch lots of travelogues of people traveling on trains and going on the Orient Express, or you know, reviewing flights and things. It's always a dynamic process, new place, engaging with a sort of a real life audience, and you do that extremely well.
Well, you know what? In Cuba, the internet has got better. Okay, so this time when we're there. Reka and I will try and do some live Instagrams, right? Whilst we're there.
No, but I meant, yeah, that's fine. But you know the YouTube footage you put together. I mean, the last really good one that I enjoyed was, I think, Laurent. It wasn't the last Habanos event. It was the year before, where he was walking around, literally showing stand to stand to stand. Because you're basically there without being there. You're getting a sort of a walk through an event or a day. And I'm talking. I think that's amazing content. It's really engaging, and people tune in to watch that because I'm not at the Habanos festival, but I'm kind of there, and I'm getting a walk around of it. And obviously, you got to get your phone battery consistently charged for 2 hours, 3 hours, so you can do that. Yeah. But it really pays off. It really pays off because people tune in to watch.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that definitely. And and the thing is that when we I know we do content, and I want to do more. I want to do more with Reka. Yeah, but I say to her, okay, Reka, look, we close Sunday, we close Monday. I said, in a month, let's do one Sunday in a month. Let's go to number 6 and we do cigar tastings and we make videos. Nope, it's my day off. Nope, I'm not going to do this. I go, come on. You got to do it because it's, 1 month, 1 day of the month. And, we can get quite a few out and then we can just post it. yeah, but it's my day off, and I think, you know, I just got to nudge her. And the other thing that we're thinking of doing, right? Even if it's a Sunday.
Incentivize that for Rekha by offering her some good cigars.
Leave it. Say, when I'm dead, you can have the shop. There's the incentive.
Shut up.
She's gonna get that anyway, okay? But so the other thing that we were saying, I said to Rekha the other day, I said, listen, let's get someone. Let's post up something. Let's get some people, even if it's one or two, and you know, we just do a chat video with cigars at number 6, and you know, just do something different. You know, but it's planning it and getting people there and all that kind of stuff. You know, but it has to be people from the UK.
But can I just make a comment on that, AJ?
Yeah.
That's all very good and well, but you know what's more interesting? Even more interesting than that.
Yeah.
Is AJ Patel having a smoke, walking around a sleepy town, or just going into another cigar lounge, and just talking about his experience of smoking a cigar and what it's like in real world, because that's very engaging. People do videos of cigar sampling, and your videos, for example, of your number 6 events are people cigar sampling, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's more than that is, in my opinion, it's just a thought. The engagement is when you're in the real world and smoking and driving or walking or going for a country walk or taking Rio for a walk. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff is really interesting for people to watch. It's very lifestyle, but it's a real lifestyle, if you know what I mean. It's just an idea because it's kind of almost simpler to do. All you need these days is you've got really good. It's not selfie stick. Usman will know this. You've got some really good 3D cameras, and they're the most expensive in the world. They're absolutely amazing for vlogging these days. I don't know if you want to try that kind of stuff for yourself, but that's why I said your trips to Cuba are the most interesting ones, because they're really more than cigars. It's like a travel log, and that's why people watch it.
Yeah. No, we will change it up this year then, okay?
They're just thoughts. They're just thoughts.
Yeah, but it's good thought. It's good.
Because that's what's engaging.
Feedback.
It's really engaging.
Good feedback, you know.
Yeah.
So talking about the festival, obviously we know it's the 60th anniversary festival, right, for the Cohiba.
Yes.
So what do you reckon? What do you reckon, guys out there? What do you reckon? What kind of cigar do you think Habanos will make? Obviously, they're going to make a big humidor, 60th anniversary humidor. Do we know? And do we know? A few questions to your listeners, okay?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you think it's going to be another LA Blur humidor, or is it going to be Massimo's humidor, or somebody else? What do you think? I think I have an idea. I haven't heard, but I think I have an idea.
And it's going to be a big humidor. It's going to be Massimo, no? Massimo.
I think I think it might be by the same people who own Humidor's Habana, the Cuban guys, or maybe Massimo. So I'm keeping it either or. Either it is Massimo or it is the guy who's based in Cuba, Humidor Habana, who I guess he's the ones who made the BK15 as well.
All right. So if you think about this, okay.
Yeah.
The first big humidor to be made, and it went ridiculous money, okay, which was the 40th anniversary Cohiba, right?
Yeah.
That was made by who?
That was made by who? I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know that one.
That was made by LA Blur, okay?
Okay.
Not
the
LA
second
Blue.
One, the second one, which was the 50th anniversary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was made by who?
That was LA Blur.
Yep. So for the 60th.
Hang on, that's like saying James Bond always drives an Aston Martin. When it was Pierce Brosnan, he drove BMWs as well.
Yeah, but to make it consistent. Yeah. To make it consistent. Yeah, and obviously being Cohiba, you would think the way I see it, I think it'll be an LA Blur humidor. Okay. Yeah, to make it consistency. Yeah, I mean, I know Massimo wants to do the Cohiba humidor as well, which I'm hoping, he might get next year. But I think for the 50th, I think it should be Elebla.
60th.
60th. Yeah.
The 60th.
And Usman tried to get it out of Jassim. I think AJ messaged in as well when we were doing that show with Jassim what the ring gauge will be on that cigar.
That would be
Ruben has said it's going to be an Atabay. It's the new Cohiba. I heard about this name as well. I heard that this was happening. It hasn't been confirmed. Ruben, do you know if it's been confirmed? And if it is,
Ruben, man, just come on the show. Come on the show.
Well, here, I'll send Ruben the link if he wants to come on.
I've already sent him the link.
Okay. But Atabay also is United Cigars here in America.
Atabay is a United Cigars company.
Yeah, well, United Cigars here in America have a brand called Atabay. So that's why when he said that, I said to him, what are you referring to?
Apparently, the gentleman behind that, Nelson Alfonso, is also something to do with Cohibas and Habanos in the past.
Okay.
So what is Ruben saying? Ruben is saying the Cohiba will be called the Atabay.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that as well, but I haven't heard the confirmation of it yet.
Okay.
Ruben has a bit of an inside line. Ruben is a little bit of a dark horse. AJ, do you know this?
He does.
He does. No, Ruben's a piece of work.
Well, we'll see if Mr. Ruben can join us. I think we've all sent him the link, so all he has to do is click the link.
You guys know it is very early in the morning for him.
Yeah,
it's not. It's 8:36 in the morning. Stop. What are you? Stop being a pussy. What are you? I get up at 3:00 every morning to do shit around the planet, and you're like, it's 8:30 in the morning. What are you? Are you a woman? Seriously? What are you, like a little girl? I mean, come on.
You're forgetting somebody doesn't come on the show before 9 o'clock.
That's Aaron Sigmund, who doesn't scratch his balls before 9 a.m. Big shout out. We love you, Aaron. But he did show up for the show, didn't he? He did come on.
He did.
So there you go.
In New Mexico. 6:37 in New Mexico. Who's that? Robert Zamora.
I don't know, but Robin, thanks for helping us out there.
Thank you, Robert.
Well, it's 6:37 here on my side, also just at the PM side, not the AM.
Oh. I lost. What happened? I got cut off.
Oh, okay. Usman was telling us what a girl he was, and he couldn't get up before 9 o'clock in the morning, and so we were just explaining why he's a pussy. And
no, he was explaining why Ruben might not make it on the show because it's early for Ruben.
It's 8:30. It's 8:30 in the morning, and we're like, dude, he can get up. Yeah, he's in Miami. If he's in Miami, it's 8:30. So we're sure he can come on.
Ruben is in Cuba. Sorry.
8:30 in Miami. I mean, come on, he's got his shorts on. But
Ruben, you never know with Ruben. Ruben is like every week he's in Cuba. He's like that. He's in between Cuba, Argentina. I mean. Not to publicize his movements, but he's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, don't publicize it, but you just gave his travel itinerary for the whole month of January, February. Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
So
it's hard work in the intelligence industry.
I was going to say, it's tough to be a spy. Anyway, so that's why he doesn't come on the show. He doesn't want to show us. Ruben, we can put you under a silhouette if it'll make you feel
I'll just put a picture up of Ruben.
So I just looked up the name Atabay.
Yes.
And it's a Taino. It's an old Taino name as well.
Yes.
Is it? What does it mean, AJ?
It's something. It's a deep spiritual, symbolic meaning.
Okay, which is?
Okay.
Which is a head of a Taino, an Indian lady, a head. Creation, motherhood, creation.
I see. It's It's basically a Taino goddess. It's a Taino goddess.
Sorry. Atabay is the goddess of water and fertility.
Oh wow!
I believe they should. AJ, how old are you, sir?
Older than you.
They should call it the credit. They should call it. Ruben is trying to get into what? Ruben?
He's trying to get into the show. We sent him the link.
I've sent him the link.
They should call it the Cohiba AJ.
No, don't be silly.
I can say what I want. That's the best thing. We can say what we feel like on here. AJ, if you want to wax lyrical about the industry and say what the hell you feel like saying, this is the place to say it because it's very non-committal. You're not selling anything. You're not,
No, I'm not selling anything.
Where's Usman gone?
He's probably trying to help Ruben get in.
What do you mean?
I'm here.
Trying to help?
Give me a minute.
He's trying to help him log in because what happens is if it's your first time, you've never done it, asks you a couple questions.
Ruben's been on here before.
No, he's not. He's never been on. AJ.
Ruben needs that software. What's that?
There's no software. You just log in. There's no software. No, you just log into the link.
We're on? What is it
StreamYard, but you don't need the software. AJ doesn't have the software. No, you just log into the link we give you, and it brings you to the show.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, Oh, hang on. No, when I first came on your show,
you needed to download something.
I think I had to download something.
StreamYard.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, StreamYard.com.
Yep.
Well, or the app. If you're on your phone, it's on an app or something like that right now, AJ.
Yeah.
But so this Adabe thing. So that's very cool. I love etymology, right? That's a well, it's a goddess. It's a Taino goddess of water.
Of water and fertility.
Fertility.
Yes, fertility.
Well, I'm going to smoke an Adabe today. I'm telling you that. So.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is that if that cigar is going to be for the humidor,
right,
which is going to be super expensive, but obviously with the shit that's happened with the Chinese consortium, will you get the buyers like they used to get and inflate the prices for the humidors, or now are we going to see the true value of these humidors?
Ladies
what do you
and
think?
gentlemen,
Actually, that's a very
hold on 1 second.
That's a very good question. What's the answer to that question, AJ?
There is Ruben, everybody.
I think we'll see some true value of the humidors.
Is that Ruben?
There's Ruben.
Hey,
¿Qué
gentlemen.
pasa?
How you
Ruben,
gentlemen
can
doing?
you hear us?
Good.
Yes,
doing
I
great.
can. How are you? Can
How
you
are
hear
you?
me?
Buenos días, Rubén.
Buenos días.
¿Qué
What's going
pasa?
on? Look at that.
Bien?
Look at that. The intelligence man is there.
Oh my God! Would you stop
AJ,
that?
you know, I've seen, you know, AJ doesn't really know me, but I've seen him more in Cuba than I do when I go to number 6 Cavendish with Reza.
I'm sorry. We'll make sure. I'm sure you're going to the festival.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just really quiet, and I always see you in Cuba in all the festivals, and as a
Ruben.
matter of fact, I sat at your same table the day in Omar with the UAE gathering that they had, that Usman was there. As a matter of fact, I went to meet Usman, and you were sitting right there next to my girlfriend and I. But
in Havana.
Yes, in Havana, at the festival.
Yeah, in Havana, in Omar. You remember being at Omar?
Yes, sir. Of course. Hello.
At Omar.
Fucking hell.
Omar, it was the top floor of the building.
AJ, when we were there on the Almar Cigar Club, the UAE cigar party, you went joined on that night.
I wasn't there.
You were there. You were sitting right next to me.
Usman's brain is gone.
You were sitting right next to me when you gave me a Magnum 56 when we were talking about which is the favorite limited edition for each other.
Is that the first night me and Rekha got there?
Yeah. No, not the first night.
I mean, I was
This
sitting
is the man. This is the man. This is the man who's 100% sure about Vega Fina.
Well, you know.
AJ, it is the night. It is the Thursday night, one day before the festival night, gala night, when we all went to, and it was the Jassim party on the rooftop, Almar Cigar Club.
Omar, yeah.
Yes. Sorry. You know, I mean, I know Reza asked me how old I was earlier, hence I didn't tell you. Hence, yeah, some.
You were counting. You were still counting.
Yes.
Ruben, one question.
Yes.
Are you going to the festival?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Nice.
And hopefully,
Usman, are you going to the festival?
I'm sorry?
Usman, are you going to the festival? Stop smiling. Are you going to the festival? No.
Of course he is.
Of course I am.
Say it like this. Say it like this. Of course I am. Of course I am.
Who are you going with? Who are you going with? Disclosure. Who are you going with? Your
AJ
chums.
and Ruben.
I know, but who are you going with?
AJ and Ruben.
Who are you going with?
I told you AJ and Ruben.
Who has? Okay, all right.
Shut up, and do not ask what you're trying to ask.
So Ruben, obviously you said it was Atabey.
Atabey is the name of the. There's gonna be two Cohibas launched. One of them is Atabey, and the other one is, I want to say Almaderang. I have to get the name right, but Atabey is one of them.
What's the other one? What's the other one?
Of the Vitola.
No, Ruben, what is the other one? What is the other one?
That's going to be Almaderang, but I have to get the correct spelling of the other one. But it's going to be two new ones.
Okay, yeah.
Atabey is one of them. Atabey is one of them, and I think it's going to be a 59 ring gauge, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Oh, 59.
That's going to be a big boy.
Yeah, 59.
Oh my God, we are going
and very, very long.
Well, thank you.
Okay, wow. So that's going to be they're going to put that in the humidor, right? They're not going to make that as a commercial release.
I'm not sure. I can't answer that. I'm not sure. But I think those are the ones that's gonna be launched. I don't know if it's gonna be only in the humidor. I think because they're making them in El Laguito. So,
yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll look forward to that. I mean, they have to make a commercial one, obviously, for us corpus,
Mm-hmm.
See, AJ, if I'm not wrong, and since I wasn't there, on the 50th, it was 2011. No, I think it was 2016, right?
Yeah.
That was so there was only one cigar. No, there was not only one cigar launched.
On the Cohiba front?
Yes. There were two cigars launched, right? And edition no, there was no edition limited. So the year when they launched the.
So you had the Mejistosos and you had the Mejistosos and you had was it Grandiosos in the 50th anniversary?
I think so. I think that was that time there were two as well, right?
Yeah, in the hey Ruben. So on their 50th anniversary, it was two cigars, Mejistosos, and the 50th anniversary, which is in the 50th humidor.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to say, let me just go into Cuban Cigar website, and I'm sure it's Gloriosos or Grandiosos.
Gloriosos was Trinidad.
No, okay, so it's Grandiosos.
Yeah, Gloriosos was Trinidad for sure.
And in the 55th anniversary, it was the Ambar, the Ideales, and the 55th anniversary, right?
Victoria.
Ambar,
the
what a cigar. Ambar was a cigar.
The Victoria, see.
Yes.
The Victorias, yeah. So it's the 50th anniversary is Grandiosos.
Okay. Fair enough.
Grandiosos. So they will definitely make two cigars for the 60th.
Mm-hmm.
One that goes in a humidor and one that they'll probably release in a smaller humidor or in boxes.
Yeah, but AJ, if I recall, on the 50th, they gave so there was this smaller humidor which was the Mejistosos humidor.
Mejistosos, yes.
Yeah, and people were given an estuche of two cigars, if I'm not wrong.
Rachmaninoff makes a good point. So it's basically a cigar for pagans. Well, I guess the whole naming
at the gala night. Razak, so they got a pack of two, right?
I don't know. I need to look at what we got.
Yeah, there was a pack of two because I've seen the pack of two of my Mejistosos which was given to people.
Oh yes. There were two Mejistosas in a black lacquered box.
Yes. And was there anything given to smoke at that night as well, or no?
I think they gave a Mejistosos to smoke.
Okay, so which means that the Grandiosos was only for the humidor, the big humidor.
Yes. They don't give that out. No.
Right.
So obviously on the Wednesday night, did you get ticket for the Wednesday night, Usman?
For a change, I've gotten a full ticket this time.
Yes,
Ah,
of course he did.
fantastic.
He's pulled the strings. He's a very important person.
Because Wednesday night
Trinidad
is the
Reserva.
Trinidad night, which is the Trinidad Reserva.
Yeah, the first time a Reserva is coming for Trinidad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't
Having
forget,
said
Reserva
that,
starts with Reserva.
you know what my prediction was, because the moment Cigar Connect said 3 brands for this time, which were H. Upmann, Trinidad, and Cohiba, I had a very clear prediction at that time that H. Upmann would be the first night coming up with a linea, which will be the high-end linea. Now that the Magnum linea is kind of with the finite, they have gotten exhausted that thing, and they're already going into that 1935 and linea de Oros and linea Maestra. So it is time that H. Upmann and or Hoyo, one of the two, are going to come with that. So I think H. Upmann, the first night, is going to be an upward linea. And then for Trinidad, I was like, since last year was Trinidad or the year of Trinidad, and they had things to that. So I was thinking that might be a Reserva, because H. Upmann had a Reserva last year, so they can't have a Reserva again for H. Upmann. We had the Grand Reserva, so I think so that's the thing. And Cohiba, of course, Gala Night would be Cohiba. So yeah. I think that's what I'm thinking might be the case for 3 nights.
Can I translate this for Stephen? Stephen, it's the same cigar with different bands on it. We just sort of sell it at different prices.
No, I got that. I got that part. Yeah, I got that.
Special occasions.
Yeah, I got that.
It's just tobacco with a different band, but it's 5 times the price.
Wait a minute. Is it the dried leaf thing you keep telling me about?
I mean, that's what it is. At the end of the day, this is about the emperor has no clothes on, right? Yeah, we're all going.
Right.
Oh,
well, no. AJ has clothes on. I see him. He's right there. He's got clothes
but
on.
what I like about AJ, I've always liked this about AJ. AJ makes this sound alluring. He put some science behind it. He knows his stuff, and if you pardon the expression, if you pardon the expression, the upsell is magnificent. It's magnificent. Absolutely magnificent.
Forget it.
It's the experience. You're buying experiences. You're not buying cigars. You're buying experiences. You're buying people. You're buying memories. You're buying time. That's what you're buying.
I don't know if Ruben's still with us or not, because we have a blank screen. So
he's trying to log on.
I'm here.
Okay, here he is. We know what happened to you. So
he's trying to log on. Is he back?
He's back. He's right there.
Yes, he's here.
Raven, are you in Miami, by the way?
I'm in Chile.
Wow.
Chile.
In where?
It's very cold. It's very cold
I'm in Chile. No, it's summertime.
In Chile. Okay. It's either very cold or very hot, because Chile can be hot as well.
Yes.
It's summertime here, just like Argentina.
While you're talking, first send us the picture of those the 2 cigar boxes. The lacquered boxes. Yes, Tamagustosos. I saw it the first time recently when I was in Dubai, when a box was traded from one person who attended the event and moving on to a collector who was purchasing it. So that's the first time I actually saw the Muslim.
What's that noise?
It's Ruben. So I just muted his mic. So when he wants to talk, I'll have to jump on.
It's the air
I'll have to
conditioning.
unmute himself. Yeah, it's probably. It's called. It's out there. It's got the air conditioning.
I saw Bhavna giving Mr. Patel instructions just now. What to say?
No, that was my staff.
Oh, was it staff? All I saw was the sign. I thought, oh, okay. Chick, please. We just sold 400,000 pounds worth of dried leaves.
How do you know?
Oh, there you go.
Hold it closer. Hold it closer. So we can snap and put it up.
The only, you know what? A Chinese group just came in and wiped out number 6 Cavendish in the special.
Again,
that's what happened.
Again, AJ, has Chen Z affected your market?
Nope.
No. All right. Okay.
Hold on, guys.
There's
One more
the end of
picture
that
of the indoor. There you go. Hey, Ruben, we're not sure what's wrong, but with you, we a lot of background noise. Wait, we get AJ's showing something. There you go.
Oh,
very pretty.
The old Cohiba Dupont.
Yes,
that's very cool.
Reka wants to bring this to Cuba this year.
Nice.
And also with that you get this as well. Look.
Oh, the cutter.
Oh wow, Usman's gonna have wet dreams tonight.
Wow.
Very pretty.
Wow, fantastic.
And I don't have it with me, but
Yes.
they do a Cohiba cufflink as well. No, not cufflinks.
Yes, they do.
A tie pin. I don't wear tie pins.
But they do a cufflink as well.
I have the cuff. I don't have the cufflink.
I do have the cufflink. That's what I plan on bringing.
Very
So
nice.
Reka wants to bring this, and I'm saying to her, it's a standard flame.
Yeah.
If you notice, it's a fat flame. It's a double flame. It is.
Double effect. Yes.
Is that double flame? No, is that double flame?
Well, it is kind of double flame.
It needs a little. AJ, it needs a little bit of a clean because then the flame will split out.
Needs a clean. I know. I know. Yeah.
It's pretty bad when Riz has to give you advice.
I think that's very cool.
Nice, isn't it? They made two types. They made the small version. This, and they made the large one. I have the large one. We have both. Sorry.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Of course he has both. Come on.
That's why I said sorry.
Yes.
Is ST DuPont going to make a linear d'or?
I haven't showed you
Is
yet.
ST DuPont going to make a linear d'or with Chen Z on it?
Hang on, shall I show you?
Another way.
Shall I show you what else came in?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is.
What's that? DuPont?
Art collection. Art creation.
Cute creation.
Wow.
It's called haute création.
Cute création.
Haute création en français, actuellement.
No. In my side, it is called heart creation.
Heart creation.
Hot creation.
You say it with a twisted head.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, I saw that issue.
the Vega one.
That's carbon. That's very good. AJ,
Oh my God. Hey,
Wait, I haven't finished. 1 minute.
He hasn't finished
On the
yet.
back.
What I like is AJ comes down to base level. He comes down to base level.
Wait.
0 of 188.
Wait.
Wow.
Can you see this now?
Yes, 080 of 188.
They only make
188.
And this is number
80.
80. Say it with an Indian accent. 80.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yes.
That's not clearly in number 6, right? No. AJ. What I mean to say is number 8 is the lucky number. Of course, you know this, right?
Number 8. Yeah. Hang on. That's 188 pieces made.
Right.
Let me not make the box mixed up, okay?
Oh, there's another one as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh wow, very pretty.
Another one.
What is
This
this?
is if you look at this. This is the one with the diamonds.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So that's different to the other one, is it?
Yes.
It looks the same, but if you look at the squares,
Yes.
It's blended up.
the squares has got diamond and the head
Taino
itself
head
is
has
gold
2
plated.
Taino heads.
Yeah, and it's gold plated.
Yes.
Is it?
And the black,
Yes.
here is a.
Can I see the number on it? AJ, can I see the number on it, please?
Yes, of course you can. How
This is
many?
what
How
AJ
many do you
wants you
think?
for.
How many do you think are made?
50.
Well, that, in my opinion, that's
There was-
probably made to
There was
order.
one.
That's
There
made
was
to
one
order.
with the humidor. There was one with the humidor.
No, AJ,
I
that's made to
remember-
order. That's only if you order it, they make it. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
Wow.
Ah, nice.
So if you place the order, is that 80K?
No, this is not 80K. This is about.
Are you sure? Okay, all right. Yeah, that's made to order.
Oh, do you know? I don't know. No.
AJ, you know there was when S.T. DuPont 2 years ago did the Maharaja collection. Remember that?
Yes.
So they were about 80K.
Yes, that came with a pen and everything, right?
That's right.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just see if Rick has put this up on number 6.
One of our fans wants to know what he has to do to get on the live show. You actually have to be somebody.
No.
In the cigar industry, sorry.
Being Steven.
What?
Actually, AJ, that is remarkable. And you know the black one, is that actually a precious stone or is it
That's very pretty.
You see on the hinge, the hinge has a black stone. Is that precious stone or not a precious stone?
That's a precious stone.
What is it? Number 1.
That's
no. Pull it out, like pull it away from the camera.
Bring closer.
Number
bring
1
closer.
of 88.
Yes, that is 50, 60, 51. 51 of 88.
61. I thought it was 01.
51,
61.
50,
What's the lowest
51,
number?
51.
What's the lowest number AJ has got?
So this is number 61 of 88.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And what's your lowest number?
I only got 1. Fucking hell, bitch. I can't afford to buy that many.
What's your lowest number? What's the fucking lowest number you got?
Fucking hell. 51.
Hoi.
I don't know what number 6 has. This is Teddington stock. I don't know what number 6 has. I have to look it up what number 6 has.
Wait, Riz is going to show off his thing now. Hold on a second. The Joker's back.
The Joker's coming out.
Yeah, the Joker.
Lower. Riz,
No,
lower.
We
can't see the number. It's too blurry, buddy. You have to tell us what the number is.
Zoom out.
No, can't see the number.
Here. Bring closer.
I can't see it.
Number 4.
Number
Zoom
4 of...
Raza, zoom out.
Okay, let me tell you, it's number 4. Number 4
of
288 or 248?
288.
No, 228. Is it 228?
228. There's a reason for that number, isn't it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Poker is 28228.
The problem is, do you know what? In my opinion, and unless someone tells me differently, yeah, they write these numbers. They never make 288 or 240. They never make them. What they're saying is that they will only make up until that number. Because you never see number 241. You never see number 200. You never see number 193. You just never see them.
Raza. Okay, first of all, do you think you know all the people who purchase it? No.
No, what I'm saying is,
he knows them by name.
The people who keep them private and don't want to share it. So
you didn't understand. You don't understand. If you go online to try and buy any of these lighters, you never see the random numbers. You just don't see them, whether it's on eBay or whatever. You just don't see them. So I find that very weird. And that's why I said, unless someone tells me otherwise, I don't think they make, I think they put the numbers on, right? And that's what they're saying is, so AJ would know this better because he has a fabulous relationship with ST DuPont.
Here comes the boss.
Okay. Hello,
the boss is there now.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Hi.
Hello.
Rio. Where's Rio?
Rio's here. Come here, darling. Come here.
Rio's here.
AJ, the boss has come. You need to go now.
The boss is here.
Boss wants to go to lunch. Ah, there he is.
The boss is either Rio or Pavna. Which one?
No, Bhavna, of course. What are you talking about?
Hello.
Oh, that's adorable.
Kisses,
Nice.
etc. What cigars does Rio smoke? Does he smoke New World or Cuban? I suspect
only Cuban vintage.
I suspect Rio smokes sugar cigars.
He smokes Cuban vintage, she said. Only Cuban
cigars.
vintage. Only Cuban vintage.
AJ, if I remember correctly, you said Bhavna only comes if it's a Cohiba festival. Why is she not coming this time?
Oh yeah, actually, that's true. Is Bhavna going?
Why is she not coming this time?
Because I got this little man.
Okay, got it.
I have to sacrifice it. something.
If we bring Rio, that means I have to come in our private jet.
Why not?
That's what
Why
it
not?
should be.
Again. No, you have to go in. No, you'll go in Chen Zi's private jet.
Yeah, but what Steven can do, he can bring his yacht
There you
to
go.
Cuba, Caribbean.
And my dog can hang out with your dog apparently, so it'll be perfect. So,
You better mute me.
yeah, you're good.
So look, this is just showed you. That's
a fabulous lighter.
Yeah.
And the jet.
Oh, very nice.
So no, AJ, did you find the price of that in the end?
Oh, no,
not
I
the
didn't.
price is so important, yeah, but
I didn't, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, Rizzo wants one for his collection to go.
No, that's about 15K. Then if it's not the 80K, it's about 15K, 16K, something like that. Huh?
I know it's expensive.
If someone wants to buy it, AJ, what do you have to do then? Do you have to look it up, or do you is somebody at the store know the price,
or is it not for sale? Press the link on this show where there is the commission agreement.
Oh, okay, never mind. And then we're good. So, yes, if you guys want to buy it, reach out to the show. We'll help you out. So there you go.
Folks, I have to make a leave from the show. I have to make a leave from the show.
I let Rekha deal with it. I need to go as well, okay?
Good. All right, well, gentlemen, let me do this really quick. Thank you, everybody. It's our longest show ever with all you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the show. AJ, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you much. Happy, healthy New Year since we didn't get to see you. Rizzo, good to see you. Usman, wake up when you get a chance.
Usman,
and everybody, we will see you all next week on another edition of Habanos Saturday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Cheers.
Ciao, ciao.
Long